bringing those levels too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meets him with a straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
Bring the truth or tell on your ass what you're doing or what you're not doing every single time. You can lie, you can bullshit and all that, but when that bell ring, if you ain't put that work in, it's gonna show, bro. It's gonna show. Not to mention y'all in a sport that can cost you your life. Literally, you can die in this shit. So if that's the case, man, if you're gonna do this, don't bullshit with it. If you don't really want it, say to yourself, keep it real with yourself. I really don't want this shit. I can't put the work in that it requires. Walk away. Ain't nobody mad at you. Go out there, you're young enough, you go get educated, get a skill, do something, man. But don't play with this, man. People you can get killed in this shit, man.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. We are back again on this good Tuesday, man. To get boxing is Just Do, man. It's a few things we got to get to. We're going to talk about it, man. Something that I didn't expect, but I can't say I'm surprised that they're talking about this fight happening, and that's the rematch with Floyd and Manny. I mean, I thought they closed that chapter the first time around, but why I say I ain't surprised is because, you know, y'all know, just like I know, y'all been hearing the same stuff I've been hearing about Floyd, you know, obviously suing for a bunch of money, a few $100 million, you know, and some change, you know. So I'm not fully surprised at all once you pair that with the story that's out there about him owing, you know, not being owed money, should I say, or suing, allegedly saying that he's being owed, I think upwards of $340 million, something like that. And it's unfortunate, man. It's something that you just hate to hear you hate to hear stuff like that, but it just is what it is. It's boxing for you. We know he lived that lifestyle, and you know, shit. You probably get to a point where you spending more than you making, right? And you do that for some years and years, especially the way this dude spend money. I mean, it's just no telling. But I never was one to believe that he's broke, as they like to say, right? I'll believe that when they start repoing cars and snatching mansions and shit like that, right? I'll believe it then. But other than that, man, I chalk it up to rich people problems, and I leave it there. Floyd to figure it out, man. I mean, he's a guy that we've been kind of we've been hearing this shit for years, man. We hear this stuff all the time about these entertainers, these celebrities and stuff like that, athletes. But at some point, I guess people feel like they got to be right. They've been saying this broke stuff about Floyd for years, but he seemed to be all right to me. You get me? So that ain't really the focal point of the live stream. His money is his money. It is what it is. But he's one of the biggest earners in sports, right? Period. Right? Not just boxing, but in sports. He's earned a lot of money. And look, I get it. People be mad. They say fights like this ruin boxing. It's not that big a deal, bro, because I just need y'all to understand something. Put yourself in his shoes for a second and not be a fan, right? Not be a fan, just hypothetically speaking. Put yourself in the shoes of a fighter. You've been doing something since you were a kid. Since you were a kid, man. Like you fought the who's when you was active in your day. It wasn't like you was some scary guy that didn't fight nobody, right? So I think when you build your name up to the level that Floyd has built his name up to, think about it. If they tell you could come back and make hundreds of millions of dollars, or whatever the case, big ass bag to fight a guy that you beat already, wouldn't you do it? And just think about it. Let's just entertain the fact that, the rumors are true. Let's say he is owed that money and he need money, right? That's what Ishay Smith said. I'm going to pull that tweet up in a second. Ishay Smith said he tricked off some money or whatever he said. And he said, he hate to say it, but he tricked off that money. And now he got to come back and fight. But it just is what it is. When you built your name and your resume up like this, you're going to capitalize off it, especially if you're running into any type of financial issues and troubles. You can't blame them for it. And again, I just be wanting people to understand something. With any of these events, with any of this boxing stuff, we be having a choice. You get what I'm saying? We have a choice whether or not we want to sit down and watch it, pay our money, buy it if it's a pay-per-view, or whatever the case is. So it's not that much to overreact with, right? Because we don't have to watch it if you don't want to. I've said it already. I'm not, excited at all about this. I mean, it's simple, man. These dudes is 49, I think, and 47. We seen Floyd best days, right? We clearly know that he ain't that version of himself. And, he just keep going to the well. I mean, again, if you in need of money, and you done built your name up to the point where people are still interested in seeing you. And furthermore, you willing to risk the undefeated record and this not be an exhibition with Pacquiao, but an official rematch. Man, it is what it is. Anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? So he keep going to the well, giving these people an opportunity, bro. They love nothing more than to see Floyd be face down, ass up, or laid out, or take an L. They love it. They over celebrate, so. It's always a risk, and these dudes are both up there in age. Obviously, we've seen Pacquiao be knocked out multiple times, put to sleep, all types of stuff, body shot knockouts, boxing beatdowns. Like he got the wear and tear. Neither of these guys are in their prime or nowhere near it. But I just think that it's a audience out there that still will watch this. It's a casual audience. You got to think this might not be for us hardcores, right? For us people that love our matchups, we want to see the young guns fighting the young guns, the best fighting the best, right? This might not be your lane, but to be mad at it is a waste of your energy, bro. We got a choice whether it's September 19th, if this is what comes to fruition on Netflix, And, you know, them joints on Netflix been free. They ain't been no, you know what I'm saying? You ain't been having to pay. I don't think you've been having to pay no extra money or nothing. So if it's on Netflix, that might be a plus. You know what I'm saying? We might just be able to tune in and watch it. Shout out to Cal Cooler. Blessings, family. Al Booger. What it do, family? Shout out to my cousin Ashley's Corner. How you feeling? You sick? Man, I hope you get better, man. I hope you get better. That's a little jokey joke with the thumbnail of the objective fan. My dog A1, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? What's good with it? Floyd still fighting Tyson. This is what they report. And I even seen this on the Netflix, you know, on the net. He's a joke fight. It ain't nothing to be that mad at, man. I seen it on the official Netflix joint. Shout out to Al Booger. Fighters fine. Let them do what they do. Like I said, you can watch it or you don't. Me, being a junkie, fight fiend, I'm going to watch it. As long as I ain't got to pay for it, you know what I mean? I ain't got to pay no pay-per-view money for it. I'll watch it, but you're not about to make me pay for 2 50-year-olds. Like, I'm not doing that. So, yeah, Netflix would be smart. Man, it looks just like I'm battle the compression socks. I'm telling you, out here playing. Shout out to JP, man. Yeah, Floyd B.Day cake. Looks like it was from Kroger's Deli. Damn, man. Shout out to my guy, Floyd, man. Marcus, what it do, my guy? What's good, Samuel in the building? Manuel was in the building. What's good with it, fam? How y'all feeling? Tyson allowed to win this time. Aaron, what's good? I don't know about that one, if that one's still going ahead, because they talking about this for the 19th. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, I went on the Netflix official website, and they had this you get what I'm saying? They had this fight up. So I don't think they trolling. And, you know, I'm obviously trolling with the old faces. But, yeah, they said they are saying for September 19th at this Spear. You know what I'm saying? And they saying this is going to be the first boxing event ever at the Spear, should I say, you know? So we'll see, man. I mean, look, we know Floyd's track record. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. It's a casual audience that's going to tune in. And unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, but fortunately for boxing, it's going to be some diehards that's going to tune in too, just because it's Floyd. You know what I'm saying? People going to tune in just because it's Manny. They got history. It's a rematch. Manny been chomping at the bit to get that rematch, man. He going to be hungry and motivated, right? It's people that think, you know, Manny beat him the first time, crazy enough, right? It's people that really would want to see this fight. And it is what it is. I just be wanting people to understand boxing is entertainment, bro. And certain fights have certain lanes, right? This might not be your speed, so you could just ignore it. But the work that these guys put in, I can't be mad at them if they decide to go get a bag and people gonna pay for it. You get what I'm saying? I know the Tyson and the Jake Paul shit was disgusting work. Tyson down there 60, right? I get all of that, right? But just think about how many people tuned in, the viewership, how much money was generated. It's an audience for that. It just might not be for the core, hardcore fans. You get what I'm saying? And that's okay, bro. You're not wrong for not, you know, caring for this fight. And I understand it completely. But for me, I ain't about to be mad at this shit. This is good entertainment. I'm going to watch it. If they want to give me a good fight, so be it, bro. Big shout out to my dog, Marcus, man, in that Cash App. Always supporting the grind with that 10-piece, man. Appreciate you, bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my dog, Marcus, man. Much love, bro. Always supporting the grind. So, yeah, man, Oster, what it do, fam? How you feeling? Shout out to everybody in the bed. Hit that like button. So, look, they going to give it to us, give it to us. One thing you could say about Floyd, especially with the O on the line, you could expect him to be in the best shape that he could be at 49 years old. That's what you could say. It's always a bright side. And probably what it do, my guy. How you feeling? It's always a bright side. You know what I mean? Yeah, Floyd the GOAT, man. You know? Hey. You know what I mean? They gave us worse shit. You know what I mean? At least they closer to each other's age, 49, 47, I believe, or whatever it is, right? Yeah, so they closer to each other's age. It is what it is. Let's sit back and just, you know what I mean? Especially, look, y'all, if it's free, yo, why would you get me? It's free. If you ain't doing nothing on the 19th and it's come on and it's free and you watch boxing, why wouldn't you watch it? I would like to know what they undercard will look like, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what would be interesting. Are they going to stack the undercard the right way? They're going to stack that undercard. So, look, man, you're going to give us a fight. Hey, man. And let me say Floyd stops him. Floyd might put some hands on him. You seen him back in the gym shaking loose, man. He looking sharp. Like once he get that look in his eye, once he, you get Floyd back in it, he in it, man. He probably got the itch. He probably need that bread, man. Probably need that money on. And he like, look, this is the way to get it. I'm gonna take a real fight against a Manny Pacquiao, guy that still could be dangerous, right? Especially at this age. You just don't know what could happen, bro. At this point in your career, I'm telling you, punches is different. Punch resistance be different. You've been off. You ain't been getting punched in your face for real. I'm telling you, don't play. Manny would want nothing more than his revenge. Manny beat Floyd, he'll go crazy. He'll go crazy, bro. They might let him be the president if he beat Floyd. He beat Floyd over the draw. But did you see the $15 million? I guess you're calling Conor Bench to sign a piece to fight the Zuffa. I heard a whisper about that. But if it did happen like that, I wouldn't be surprised, Marcus. It's all good, my guy. Shout out to you, Brody. It wouldn't be the worst thing because you know what he said he on, right? He clearly want the most lucrative fight or the best deal out there. So if they gonna provide the opportunity, I could see him taking it, and it ain't gonna be nothing long term. So that's why when Zuffa came about, I wasn't a guy that was complaining about it because I understand that it's a lane. That's a lane for people. That Zuffa and what they have to offer is going to work for certain fighters. And some, it's not. Some of these guys are in their situations. They locked in. They on stable ground. But that's not the story for every fighter, right? A lot of these guys are struggling to get fights and stay active, to get seen, to get recognized, to get backing. And, if you got a Zuffa coming around offering six-figure paydays, and if you got a name, they offering, millions of dollars, it's going to be enticing to some of these fighters to go see what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's at the end of the day, man, fans need to start considering that these dudes they're like how they like to call them independent contractors. These dudes are trying to get the most money for them risking their lives. And I can respect everybody that's doing it. Do your business and get paid, because once that prime is over with, it's over with. So capitalize on your earning potential while you're young enough to do it, and chase the fights as well. It's like a 2-for-1. Get the fans fights that they want to see and go make your coin. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you able and available to do so, stand on that. And I think people, I think we'd be all right, man. You know what I mean? Boxing will be just fine. OTB, my dog, was good with it, bro. I'll watch it only because I ain't got to pay for it. OTB, if I had to pay for it, nah, I'm not paying for it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Empire. Was good with it. Abuse of an elder just because you stayed 10 toes down, bro. You know it always, man. You know how we do, bro. We locked in. Got a little funny clip for you. Shout out to my guy OTB for that train ticket, man. Big shout out to my dog.
What? This not funny. How am I supposed to get home? Hold on. Sit down. Hold on. Here. $2. Take the train.
Shout out to my dog, man. Appreciate the love as always, man. But yeah, like I said, y'all, I don't want to change nobody's mind. Just give you something else to think about. Think about how much boxing we pay for, y'all. Think about how much boxing, how many pay-per-views we just paid for one. You get what I'm saying? We just paid for a pay-per-view, right? Just paid for Shakur Tio, right? You just, you know what I mean? And ones before that, and so on and so forth. Think about how much money, time, energy that we get in sport, right? Our hard-earned money, we go in our pockets a lot, especially for the ones that's really that's buying the pay-per-views. Y'all know I'm talking to y'all. The ones that'll go to fights when they can, right? When they're available and able, they'll go to fights. The people that when it's time to support a pay-per-view, you don't just got an opinion, but you putting your money where your mouth is. Yeah, y'all know how it get. Boxing get expensive. So what I'm saying is, the thing is, if they give you, and remember, it's entertainment, right? And at the height where Floyd is operating at is more of a business than sport. So this would just be nothing short of a business move. This is exactly what this is. It's a money grab, but at least it's some danger in it to a degree, because it's Manny Pacquiao and it'll be a real fight and not an exhibition. So I'll just say this to y'all that go in y'all pockets with y'all hard-earned money to pay for these pay-per-views, these events, go to these fights, you know what I mean, and really genuinely support boxing. Yo, sometimes they give you one on the house. This might be one on the house, right? It might not be the craziest event, but we don't know. The undercard could be pretty damn solid. But my thing is this. They giving you a fight on Netflix, and we all have Netflix, and it's free. Why not watch it? You get me? Think about all the money you spend. Don't trick yourself. Don't trick yourself because it's something that you ain't necessarily asking for or checking for. But at least with it being on that platform, most of us in here most likely got Netflix, know somebody that do. You know what I mean? You could just tune in without having to dig into your pocket for any extra money. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Sometimes boxing give you one on the house. This could be that one, and I'll just take it for what it is. Entertainment. There's two guys that can't leave boxing alone, maybe for some of the same and different reasons, but it is what it is. We've seen this once before. Floyd handled business. I mean, I guess the consensus is he'll handle business again, but you know, boxing is the theater of the unexpected and the unknown. You just never know what could happen in the fight, right? Dudes is old, man. Punch resistance don't stay the same. I don't give a damn. Nobody say reflexes ain't the same, right? You get me? Everything ain't the same. This ain't the prime Money Mayweather or the pretty boy Floyd. This ain't that. It's 49-year-old Floyd, man, kicking 50 square up the ass, right? So I ain't saying he about to go out there and lose, but he better don't go out there playing. Don't go out there playing. Don't go out there playing. Tell me, Mag 7, what's good with it, my guy? Don't go out there playing. Yeah, I got a little clip from Calvin Ford. That's why I had put that as far as that with the question mark based on what Calvin Ford said. Y'all know how I do. I'm one of the few people when I do talk tank, it's going to be legit or it's going to be based off something. You know what I mean? It was that conversation that Calvin was having. You know, the outcome, I don't know, JJ. We feel like that about a lot of fights. How many times you felt like you knew what was going to happen in the fight and something outside of what you thought was going to happen occurred? You've seen that before. You know what I mean? A lot. Shout out to Jordan. What's good, my guy? You've seen that before. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, I'm a guy that I like to look at the glass halfway full, or more of an optimist than a pessimist. I know it's easy to get outraged and be pissed off with what boxing giving you, especially when you got to pay your money. But like I said, I can't stress this point enough. All the money that we spend, y'all, with these pay-per-views and going to these fights, that shit get expensive to travel, all that stuff. It costs money to really support boxing for real when you really rock with the sport. And y'all know what I'm talking about. You get me? Look at your expenses just on boxing alone for the year. You know what I'm saying? And not even this year, just for the year that passed, 2025. You get me? I know y'all was going in y'all pocket just like me. Look how many fights we was calling. You know what I'm saying? Pay-per-view events. And I ain't even do every single, I ain't call every one, but we watched them all, paid for them, supported boxing. So, like I said, a freebie is cool with me. I ain't tripping. I ain't about to be mad. If they smart, they'll put together a nice undercard, like guys been doing on these Netflix events, and make it more worth our while, right? Put some fights on there that we could really enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Don't just make it top heavy. And top by that, I mean, don't just have it be, oh, you know, Floyd and Manny. Put the card together the right way, right? Both of y'all taking risks. It's on y'all resume. It's a real fight. Yeah. Go ahead and stack the card the right way and give people the bang for their buck, man. Give people a reason to want to tune in and watch this shit, because this is years and years later. Y'all been off doing all types of shit. Floyd, you already know whether it's true or not, the money situation is out there on you. You know, Manny, they said he lost all types of money in politics, and he gave away a lot of money, burnt. So both of these guys been burning through money, maybe different ways. Maybe it's Manny out of the kindness of his heart, and maybe it's Floyd just extravagant lifestyle. But whatever it may be, it led these two dudes back to each other again. And look like they about to do it again. They OGs in the game right now, 49 and 47. You know what I mean? And, you know, I had to take a little jokey at the thumbnail, but these dudes is older now, man. They OG, look, 49, 47. And we got almost 100 years of boxing in the ring, y'all. You hear me? Bro. Bro, man. You hear me? Bro. That's a lot of years of boxing right there, man. You hear me? Bro, we got 96. You got 96 years worth of boxing right there, bro. You hear me? 90, that's 96. Don't let this 96 years of boxing right there, man. 96 years old, man. Man, These are old OGs, man. I ain't mad at it, Floyd. Look, we know you like to spend that money, man, but hopefully for you that the rumors ain't completely true. And regardless of what, hopefully you able to make some money with this and get paid. Hey, man, I'm always rooting for somebody to be successful, man. So, you know what I'm saying? So look, shout out to Floyd, man. And why I ain't mad? Because when he was here, when he was active, when he was really like putting it together, he was fighting there. He's fighting who he needed to fight. He was must-see TV. I'm not surprised to see him come back to rob the bank one more time. You get what I'm saying? I ain't surprised by it, not a one bit. Shout out to Mark Nash. How you feeling, my guy? Judah, Ben Israel, Judah Vision was good with it, man. Fine Hands TV, my dogs. I burn pay-per-view money, gas money on boxing, in these gyms religiously, and that's all facts. Your boots to the ground out here. You hosted events. You traveling to all the gyms in your spot. You going to different fights. You get what I'm saying? You buying the pay-per-views. It get expensive, bro. Like, and I speak for the people that spend our money. Shout out to Kobe. What's good with it, fam? GNC stores everywhere. Not time to change. People are healthier now. What's that about? Shout out to Mark. About to be so boring. Just know that. Uncle Sam ahead of the scorecards against Manny. I'm telling you, blunt sports. My dogs. I know that ain't just do. It's meat in the flesh, my dog. What's good with it? Y'all give me 2 seconds. Let me unlock my door. Somebody's at the door. Give me 2 seconds. Hit that like button on both sides. We got 40 people in the building. We just getting started, man. Tap in and let's hit that like up on the stream. Double tap, whatever y'all need to do. Man, I'm back, man. Randy was good. The undercard is stacked. Is cool. Yeah, man. Shout out to my dog. Look, they can stack the undercard, but I'm gonna keep saying it, y'all. Anything free is good with me. I pay a lot of money throughout the year on boxing, and if they can put together a good undercard as well, you know what I'm saying? Give us something that we really could look forward to. I'm on board for it. Man, let's keep going. So look, yeah, the undercard could be a deal breaker behind the hands. It definitely could, bro. It could. They just want to be smart, man. Because again, ain't nobody. I don't know what the climate is around this fight, like in terms of how much people really want to see this, right? I don't know how excited people are. I know for my money, I'm not overly excited. But I think if you can, like I said, stack together a solid undercard and get a fight to us, then I don't have an issue. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I felt comfortable talking about it because again, it's Netflix that posted this up on they page. You know what I'm saying this is for September 19th at the Spear. They're saying it's gonna be the first boxing match, I guess, at the Spear. So it is what it is, man. It's gonna be OG Floyd and OG Manny Man. OG Manny Man. You get me? OG versus OG. You know what I'm saying? Got just as much gray as me. You know what I mean? Hell with that. Senor. That's Senor Papa Manny. That's Papa Manny and Papa Floyd. Papa Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Papa Manny. Papa Pacquiao. And Papa Mayweather, man. Dudes is real OGs in the game, man. Shout out to the Queen Lisa. How you feeling today? Good to see you. As always, Floyd about to fight Manny with fade and ball in his last fight. I'm telling you, bro. Pop Manny and Pop Floyd. I ain't mad. They gave us a lot of great fights when it was at their absolute primes. We get it, yo. That prime window come and go. And like I said, they probably fighting for some of the same reasons and different reasons, man. But at the end of the day, I don't think nobody trying to get punched in the face when you're approaching 50, especially when you've been doing it since a kid. You know what I mean? So money definitely got to be the biggest deciding factor. That got to be the only motive here. I don't even want to hear no legacy talk. Like, don't even try to do none of that. Just say, look, we coming to make some bread. You know what I mean? We feel like, people still got an interest in watching us fight, and we gonna do it. It's that simple. But don't try to sell me that it's legacy, trying to be great. Now you out here playing with fire is what you doing. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Floyd, but you're playing with fire. You know what I'm saying? Manny, little Mighty Mouse, big calf, having ass, he'd love nothing more than to land one of them. So I'm telling you, he'd love nothing more than to get one in on you, Floyd. So don't, you know, you gonna do this, do it, Floyd. Do it. Hear me? Do it. Don't play no games. But I gotta get this tweet, man, for y'all. Hold on, where's this tweet at, bro? I gotta get this tweet, man, from Ishe Smith. I hope I didn't delete it. Ishe Smith was sounding like, boy. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull this tweet up. Ishe Smith was sounding like, man. Hey, he said it was some tricking off. I'm gonna show y'all what Ishe said in as a response to this fight being discussed. Wait a second, y'all. I got y'all. Hold on. And Ishe, man, it's crazy when people, when it's guys that used to work with you come out and say some of the stuff that these dudes be saying, because he said he was like, man, Floyd and tricked the money off, man. I'm sure y'all with Ishe. Shout out to Ishe Smith too, man. But man, that truth, whatever the truth is, eventually it come to the light. Hit that like button, y'all. Double tap the screen, hit the like, man, wherever you are. Carmel versus Manny Jr. better not be the co-main. That's crazy. All right, my bad. We back. There it goes. So let me get the tweet to y'all. But there it is right there. Ups, FedEx. Look, yeah, UPS. Shout out to my dog, to my mail people. Shout out to the hard workers, man. Okay, so that's what Ishe Smith had to say about, like, that was his reaction or response into this. People talking about this fight. He said, read in between the lines. People don't come out of retirement for the love of the game at damn near 50. That's not how boxing works. Man's tricked all of that money off and needs to come back. That's facts. And then Clarissa chimed in at the bottom. I hate to agree with you. Shaking my head. So look, man, you know, I never like to get into anybody's financial woes, but shit is you got all types of rumors and different things out there. You know, you obviously got the news that was like a bombshell for people with the lawsuit business dropping. So, I mean, look, when there's smoke, there's fire a lot of times, man. I ain't in the man finances. I ain't living with him. Floyd been finding a way to stay above, stay above, head above water since he's retired. So, maybe shit getting a little more critical and dicey, and maybe he need one of them little bank robberies real quick. So he gonna use Manny to do it, you know. So hey, they was talking to Mike Tyson shit, but then they, veered over to this. So I can see this being the case. It's probably, more money in this being that it'll be a real fight. You know what I mean? If they getting a Netflix deal popping, they gonna get paid for doing this for sure. Shout out to Dante. What's good, Brody? How you feeling? Pac-Man better not do that to his son. Right. 3-fight contract on Netflix. Made Pac-2 tune up versus Ishe and cap it off with 50 Cent. Cap it off with AB, pugilism. Gotta cap it off with AB, man. You remember the clip? That's where that clip at that I always be playing. You remember the clip? Remember this? He got.
If I was Floyd and he was me,
yeah,
he would never have to fight again because that exhibition shit.
Yeah.
As me being his little brother.
I'm about to tear Najee
hey, little bro,
up.
we finna do 10 rounds, and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And you ain't never got.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for you to get your just due. That's where I got that from. AB was speaking the channel without even knowing. But look, that's what it is, man. That would be funny. You know what I mean? You gave AB that shot, bro. You know? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Go ahead, end it with AB, man. Look, Floyd gave us a lot of great fights, bro. It's unfortunate to hear anybody's financial woes, but we've heard this stuff before. And like I said, one thing he know how to do is get in there and fight. So I agree with Ishe about, nobody's coming out of retirement at damn near 50 for the love of the game. Yeah, that's tough. You kicking 50 square up the ass. So, and Manny Pacquiao ain't too far behind you. He right there too. So y'all step and step. This is going to be what it's going to be. Think it'll be another lesson. I don't think Manny's got no better. The only thing he could do is get luckier, right? He could get lucky in this fight or something like that. But you know how it is, man. Like I keep saying, y'all go to the well one too many times. You just never know what you could get. Something might happen. Something might happen. Always having fat camps. Yeah, AB it is. You know what I'm saying? Got to fight AB. Floyd didn't spend the last 10 years telling me he was a gazillionaire. I would be sympathetic, yeah, right? He been selling to lifestyle for years, man. Hey, Jordan, that's that. I don't know if you ever caught his Vlad TV interview with AB. He told you what it was. It was that Maidana fight ruined him for real. That shit made him gun shy. I'm saying that shit made him gun shy. You think about it, I always thought AB had really good conditioning, but I always thought that Maidana fight was what ruined all that. And he pretty much confirmed it in that Vlad TV interview them years back when he did it. Fate was good, my guy. Mike Ryan, what it do, my guys? How y'all feeling? How long these haters waiting for this to happen? Yeah, so, and that's what Floyd still knows, that he can capitalize off that, because still to this day, there are people that's on both sides of that coin. There are people that want to see him lose, and there are a lot of them. There are people that want to see him win. There are a lot of those as well, and I think there are people that genuinely want to be part of the event, especially if it's a Netflix thing at the Spear, where it'd be the first boxing event there, as they reporting. People going to get behind that, and they going to want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just to soak up the atmosphere and be a part of it, they're going to do it. And Floyd understands that, I think, and it's going to work. And the fact that he pivoted away from the Tyson thing to give us this, I think there's some intrigue there, because it's some real history. And it don't got to be looked at as like a circus. Yeah, you could complain that they both old, and it's 96 years of boxing in the ring that night. But at the end of the day, at least it's a contemporary, your arch rival, if you will, right? Somebody that you shared the ring with before. Some people made the case that he beat you before. How? I don't know. But, there are people that always wanted to see Manny get his lick back. He is a little bit younger than you, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think the gap has always been what it is. The IQ is always going to be what it is. The only thing he can probably capitalize on is maybe possibly Floyd reflexes not being exactly the same. I mean, try to test his chin. Like, these dudes old. I don't care what nobody say. You start getting up there, man. It get dicey in the boxing ring. You've seen it with the best of them, right? And you just never know. It don't take that much to turn them damn lights out. Next thing you know, you getting woke up and they having to explain to you how you got knocked out. So just never know. I think the theater that unexpected is always going to make people tune in. I think, and especially, like I said, Netflix is something that most of us, if not all of us in here, have in our homes. So be no sweat off your brow, bro. Tune in on whatever this is. If I don't know if the 19th is a Saturday, whatever day it is, tune in, man. Kick your feet up. Watch some free ass boxing. Like I said, unless it's a pay-per-view amount attached to it, I'm not a fan of that. I more than likely won't want to pay for that. And they gotta go ahead and put it on Netflix like the rest of these joints and let us just watch it. Shout out to ABZ. I had to joke a little bit. You know what I mean? This is a great opportunity if they smart. 96 years of boxing, Al Booger. If they smart, they'll put some young guns in there, mix it up with some fights that people would be interested in. Give us something to enjoy leading up to the main course, right? Don't make this fight top heavy. We want to see a good card. If you're going to wait this long to give us a rematch, Y'all 96 years old together combined, bro. Y'all 100 for real, because you know us folks. We like to round up, and you at 96. I think it's safe we could round up. It's 100 years of boxing in the ring, bro. Don't play with us. Seriously, like we rock with y'all. We rock with y'all careers, y'all legends, but don't be out here playing with us, bro. Like, we already junkies as it is, bro, in every sense of the word. When it comes to the sport of boxing, we bloodthirsty. We love seeing people get punched in their face. Put together a good undercard if y'all smart. Come on, Floyd. Do it one more time. One more time for us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Definitely see Floyd and AB making that fight. I'm telling you, make the fight, man. You how you gonna get Manny too and don't give AB none of that action, man? John Wick was good with it. Make good investments. $1 million a month. You know how I go, Al Booker. John Wick, you know the story. Joe was good. But Devin, Ryan, Nicole, man, shit, there you go. You cooking. There you go. You cooking with something, man. You might be on to something, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. It ain't. Floyd ain't broke, man. He just might be in between blessings right now. You know what I'm saying? You know the saying, as long as somebody owe you, you'll never go broke. So, you know what I mean? That's what it is. He could be in between blessings, right? You know, but shout out to Floyd, man. Shout out to Manny. Y'all wild. Y'all still out here trying to swing chuck leather at each other, which is crazy. Y'all is crazy. Y'all boys is crazy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all boys is scary, man. Scary, man. We're gonna keep building. So look, money made, man. You know, real talk, money made all day. So I think, look, this fight happens on the 19th of September. Floyd, I think, wins the fight. It's hard for me to go against him. He's just a must-win type of guy. He always gonna be smart. I think his reflexes are still good enough to go out there and box to a decision victory. How impressive will it be remains to be seen. I mean, that's up for you to decide. I mean, everybody's going to have different opinions on it. But look, I mean, if you running into some type of money trouble, it's time to cash in on the name, that Mayweather name. Go out there and chuck the leather. Go with what you know. You get what I'm saying? Go with what you know. And that's why I say people don't be, like, real with it. Like, look, a lot of people been up. A lot of people made money and went broke. It happens, if that's even the case. But, I mean, look, what would you do? What would you do if you was having money issues? Whether you messed it up or not, don't matter, right? You're gonna go with what you know. Go fight. So, I'm saying, and a desperate man, that could put you in some situations if you're desperate. That could work for you or against you, right? We know this. So, you know what I mean? I just got to throw that out there. Boxing is really the unexpected. You could go in thinking one thing and come out saying something totally different. Not saying that's going to be the case, but it's always the possibility when it comes to this sport. It don't take much, and you'll be screwed, you know? So, shout out to Real Talk. Ryan was kind of been. I'm telling you, make Keyshawn versus Russell that undercard. Speaking of that, bro, it's funny that you brought that up too, man, because I wanted to play something from YSM in regards to that. Shout out Okoye sends urgent warning to Gary Antoine Russell about Keyshawn and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Get to the Andy Hiroka deserved another big fight. Make Teofimo versus Andy. Yeah, I think that was the most respected Gary. I think that was the most pedestrian, if I could put it that way, right? To put it mildly, that's the most pedestrian I've seen him look. Right? Yeah, now, no doubt that it was things that he done that was impressive because of what he was up against and, you know, what he was fighting against from a physical standpoint, right? But overall, just how he put it together, it was that looked like a really challenging fight for him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if people see it quite how I see it, but a couple of these fights, he's been wanting to show people that he can box more. And I think whenever you go against what you naturally are, and I'm not saying he can't box, he obviously can, but he more of a like be in your face, get in your chest, and work, right? And I think anytime you start to tweak that, something that you've naturally been doing that's been working for you, you'll see some inconsistencies in the approach. You'll see some holes in the game, right? But at the end of the day, he's still been able to win. But you see how a couple of the fights have looked. when he's shown an effort, when he's made it an effort to try to box as opposed to being this, this come forward more of a pressure guy that people describe him as, right? This boogeyman, as they call him. So I think he gave, it's unfortunate, for him that I think that approach gives his opponents more of an opportunity to win, right? To win rounds, him boxing. Because I think he kind of, I don't know, in a sense, you kind of tweaking what really don't need no tweaking to a degree, right? You know what I'm saying? And if I don't think he's at the point where he's able to do it, and when I say do it, box the way he's able to pressure come forward, he's not able to do that with the same consistency, right? With the same efficiency, right? And it's going to be an issue. You know what I mean? He's not able to create the separation when he decides to be this boxer as opposed to going and get you, right? And that's what I'm saying. So, hell of a talent, you know what I mean? Look, he got skills, no doubt. They come from fighting, right? Fighting in his blood, but it's the best I can say is his levels. And I've seen some of the limitations with a couple of these fighters, and both times it's been guys that have been boxing them. You get what I'm saying? There ain't been no pressure guys trying to swarm them. It's been people that's boxing. So it's safe to say that boxers are something that can give him issues, right? That, those make tougher fights for that dude to me. That's what combos be fast. Yeah, I like his combinations. You just be punching in the air. Them body shots from Andy was vicious, wasn't they? Body shot was good, wasn't they? At least he was digging with them body shots. Lance was good with it, homie. Them body shots to slow you down. So, yeah, he fought a good fight, too, to his credit, man. He had another real live dog in there, somebody that wanted to win, and you could tell by the way he approached that fight, but look, y'all, Manny and Floyd is going to be what Manny and Floyd going to be if they fight. But like I said, y'all, if they smart, they'll stack the undercard with something meaningful and give people like us something to look forward to other than just two 50-year-olds fighting, because people looking for a reason to be mad at boxing. And if y'all don't put the undercard together the right way, if this fight goes over the hump in September, if it ain't no snags between here and that fight, that targeted date, you know what I mean? Like, put the undercard together, man. Y'all should know better. Don't make people wait this long to see y'all rematch when it was people that thought y'all should have done it right after the first one, or somewhere in that ballpark, but y'all waited all these years later. Now y'all both long in the tooth, and y'all grandpas and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, you really a grandpa. You know what I'm saying? You really a G-pa. You Pop Floyd out there. You know what I'm saying? Pop Manny. Senor Pop Manny. You know what I'm saying? So dudes out here, what is it? Abuelos? What is it in Spanish? Grandpa? Is it abuelo? I don't know. Don't pardon me, y'all. Don't get me to. But y'all know what he is. Y'all know what I'm saying. Pops. Two pop-pops up there. Sunshine, what it do? I mean, son of God, what's good with it, my guy? How you feeling, bro? What's good with it? Devin Haney versus Xander's Eyes is next from what I'm hearing. We gonna get to that too. I wasn't gonna spend too much time on this fight here, but that's all I can say is I see this out here. It looked like Netflix posted it. Not that it looks like they posted it on the official website with the date of September 19th in the Spear. We got 49-year-old Floyd Money Mayweather versus 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Let it be what it's gonna be. But if they smart, they're gonna put some good fights on there and give us some appetizers before we get to the main event. Like I said, y'all, if it's free on Netflix or something like that, being that we already got Netflix, as long as I ain't gotta go pay no 60, 70, 80 to $100 to watch them, I could tolerate it. I could look at it as boxing just giving me a freebie. All I gotta do is just sit back and enjoy it. And if it get crazy, I could turn, right? Simple. But I ain't about to be mad at it. Yeah, I've been hearing about that too. So let's keep building, man. Doc, there's a doctor in the house, y'all. My dog, Dr. Boxing Talk. I had to mess with him a little bit. Pop Manny and Pop Floyd, man. Because they OGs. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're gonna be looking like different versions of themselves. They're gonna be looking like different versions of themselves. What's good with it, man? Yeah, as long as they do it together with a good undercard, we could live, Doc, man. We could rock. Might be getting boxing breads from cool. Yeah, You know what I'm saying? I tell people this all the time. It's a lane. It's different strokes for different folks. Everything don't be for everybody, right? This when you see these two names, it might be at this point appeal to the casuals, but I think because of the history of both of these dudes, it's safe to say that you're gonna have a fair amount of hardcores that's gonna tune in. It's boxing, right? We're not about to be mad. I know some of the best fighters that fought in boxing is gonna watch this fight. You know what I'm saying? I know some of the biggest names and whether it's in that space is gonna be at this fight. They're gonna watch this fight. See Ryan calling Bruce overrated. Yeah, I thought I had made a video on that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I had seen that. So look, Pop Manny, Pop Floyd. Let's see it, bro. And it's unfortunate that Ishe said he tricked all that bread off, man. That's why he coming back at damn near 50. And he said that's a fact. So come on, Floyd, man. Go out there and do what you do, man. You know what I mean? Go out there and ride the bank one more game, Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Just don't end up like the on some set it off joint. You know what I mean? They try to go for that last score. Know how I get. I'm trying to tell y'all. And before we move on, I just want to say that. I just want to throw that out there. I'm not saying Floyd about to slip up and lose, but a desperate man could be either a dangerous man or dangerous to himself. A danger to himself, right? So we're gonna see which side of the coin Floyd fall on. I'm gonna say he gonna be, he gonna go do what he do, go make that bag and skate out the way. And people probably gonna be mad that he came back and stole some more millions. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I think a lot of people would do the same if you was in his position, if you worked this hard, if you put this much work in the sport, gave it everything, you donated, you dedicated your life to the sport, lived the lifestyle, all them different things. I think you would do it too. And especially if it's any type of money issues that you're really dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But let's keep rolling, bro. Let's keep rolling. Something I was going to talk about briefly for a little moment, man, because it's always good to hear any little slight positive news about him. And, Calvin Ford, shout out to him and Team GTD over there. They keep things close to the vest and for obvious reasons, right? You know how the internet is. But, I seen him chopping it up over there on the rise. And he was talking about, how Tank ain't really went nowhere. And, something about to happen soon. And he was real brief, but just somewhat of a update. At least you hearing it from somebody that is over there in the camp, as opposed to some random hater making up this news, right? Or speaking about something that they don't know nothing about. So shout out to Coach Calvin. But it was a small clip that I clipped off with him talking to Senior. Shout out to my dog Senior, man. Roger's son, nice on the mix and training Floyd. Yeah, that was good to see. So look, Floyd's shaking back, bro. He trying to get back in there. Trying to get back in there, And speaking of getting back in there, So look, that could be one of the biggest rematches. And Devin and Ryan, too, if they make it. We're going to get to that, man. But let me play this little clip from Calvin Ford. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to keep it pushing, y'all.
He ain't gone nowhere. Tank is still here. And I guarantee you something going to happen. Everybody missed Tank fight. When he come back, it got to be the right fight because we want to entertain. Things happen for a reason to make a person much stronger. One of the guys that y'all truly love is not in the mix right now, but he will be back in the mix. Y'all gotta remember, Tank been doing this shit since he was 7 years old. Sometimes you need that reset. Him being away, going through things that he's been going through, his crazy ass stuff. He looks happy. He looks happy. I can't wait.
Who, in your eyes, would be the opponent you would want to see him in the ring with?
I can't tell nobody that yet. You know what I'm saying? I already know who I would like for him to see just for a comeback. The person that I want to see him in the ring, that's the one we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't say that. I think it's an easy fight. Everybody in tune with it. It's being promoted. Right under y'all nose it's being promoted. Y'all don't even see it.
I mean, so you can take that little bit of what Coach was saying there and make of it what you will. I didn't expect him to throw no exact name out there. He's saying it's being promoted right under your nose. I would think maybe Pitbull, possibly. You know what I mean? I'm hearing it. Other people thinking it. I'm hearing more of the fans coming out saying that they cool with it. So, you know what I mean? So For me, I could see it being that he's been off for some time. You know, the inactivity, maybe it come back, take that as a rematch. I mean, Pitbull did just have a draw with somebody he had a draw with, right? So I don't see it being Lamont. Maybe Pitbull. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that list is too long, but good to know that he's somewhere in the shadows trying to get back in the mix. I seen him make a couple of posts on Instagram. So he looked like he out and about living life, man. And that's what it's all about. Hopefully, whatever situation stopped him from the Jake Paul fight, that you could put that shit behind you, or, you know what I mean, start to process things and move forward, man. There's more fights to be made for Tank. I ain't gotta make up no artificial news. Look, he one of the biggest names in the sport. He gonna continue to be that, but you also like they'll move. Boxing will move on if you ain't active. You know, boxing won't stop for nobody. But I think with him, I think it's a lot of people that level with him and rock with him and are, you know, understanding of the situation, right? He done some things, he made some mistakes or whatever. He's caught up. At the end of the day, they want to see him be able to get past that and get back to this boxing, right? People genuinely root for the man. So, like I said, at 31 years old, there's more fights to be made. I don't think March 1st, you know what I mean, being in there with Mont Roach was the last time we're going to see him. So I think, you know what I'm saying, it's just going to be a matter of time, right? Had to get probably some legal issues out the way, and then he can proceed and get to, you know, get to that money, get to that bag. But it's okay. It's better to hear from a guy like Calvin Ford than somebody that's trying to, you know, just make up shit out of thin air. So Tank ain't went nowhere. Maybe the you know, not making it to the Jake Paul fight. Maybe that motivated him, right? Maybe that one made him want to stick around to beat some ass, you know? And I said this before, it could be a silver lining to it. And the silver lining could be remotivating yourself, right? You know, getting remotivated after, you know, having some time off, being able to reflect, you know what I mean? Things not going right. Probably got to see who rocking with you, who don't. All that type of stuff happen when you go through things in life, and it's not always a bad thing. So I think this is a situation you could learn from it. It can be a life lesson. You move on, and then you get back to doing what you love to do. You know what I mean, or what you used to love to do. So I think if he can get back to boxing and be in a space where he enjoying it, he's gonna be one of the players just like he's always been. You know what I'm saying? Who he'll fight, it'll be up to him like it's always been. But I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to see him pop back up and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my baby girl. Miss Just Do was in the building. He said he didn't even know I was live. He didn't get no notification. Whatever, I'm here. Yeah. Best to be here. Yeah, best to be here. So, like I was saying, shout out to Tank, man. You know, just little, you know, just something to think about, you know, and good to hear from somebody that's on the team rather than somebody making up shit. You know what I mean? Where you ain't gotta fabricate no news or no fights. So who he'll fight, like I said, it'll be up to him. But you know, Calvin ain't never gonna give you too much, but he gonna give you a little something to think about, right? To ponder on, right? Said a little something. The fight is being promoted, so you could take your pick, your guess as to who it could be. But like I said, it's good that the conversation is now shifting from his personal situation to boxing. That's what I like. Shout out to him. GTD, get back and do your thing, you know? Do your thing. I know it's a lot of people waiting to see you bounce back and rock out, you know? So I'm here for it, man. Shout out to Coach Calvin, too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach Calvin. Think about two Ferraris. Calvin said it right in our face. Thank you to Schofield. Yeah, that's funny, too. You never know. You never know. Shout out to Cut Creator. You never know, man. Could be. They was talking about it, right? You know what I mean? He talking about fighting for that belt. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's refreshing that the conversation is steering back to what it need to be about, which is boxing. And even that little bit from Calvin is good, right? You know what I mean? Because the questions are shifting now. Like what the focus is shifting. You're not talking about the spilt milk, right? Because you can't do nothing about that. People ain't staying stuck on that. Let's shift the conversation to what it need to be about. So I'm pretty sure he probably got an ideal, maybe when he trying to come back. But in the meantime, you know, like I said, I heard somewhere else, you know what I mean, from a good source that he was training, getting himself in shape. And that's good, man, because I root for him. So I ain't have no problem taking a couple minutes to highlight that, man. So, you know, and I'll say this. I'm at the point in boxing where I'm just here to support. Fight who you need to fight. Fight who you need to fight. Fight what makes sense to you. Fight, take the opportunity. You got to take the punches at the end of the day. You got to deal with the backlash or the praise, either which way it go. You get me? I'm just here to support. I can't dictate who these guys fight. If they give me an exact fight that I was looking forward to, then kudos, more power to them. You know what I mean? You salute them for it. But other than that, bro, you want to come back and fight Pitbull or Roach or whoever the hell you choose to fight, it is what it is. Like I've always had, I got the option to watch it or don't. And I don't have no problem watching them. So go do your thing. You know what I mean? More importantly, get yourself back in a space where you can entertain boxing again and be yourself, right? And go out there and win, man. Be great. But let's keep rolling, y'all. One of the other rematches that was being discussed, you know what I mean, that I do like is the one that I think we all need to see, right? I think obviously with Ryan and Devin, they need to run that back. Bill Haney, he went on the, what was the thing? The Boxing Voice. I got a little clip from on the Boxing Voice, and he said something about he'll know something about the fight in 24 hours, something like that. So, you know what I mean? Think about Auntie Scott. Been real quiet since they made champion recess. If I tripping, no, you not tripping. You not tripping. You definitely not. Yes, indeed. Boxing peace to the queen. Shower, how you feeling? Hell nah, you ain't tripping, no, bro. You been super quiet. He been super like somebody put a muzzle on him. I like it. You know what I mean? So look, who knows? If that happens, cool. That'll be a little something, you know. I ain't mad. I'm here to support boxing, y'all. I'm done. I ain't never been big on complaining, but I just want to see fights. And I know I got a free will to either watch it or don't. So you just never know what you'll get in any fight, man. So opportunities come in at the strangest times. They make fights that we don't expect, and sometimes we get the outcomes we don't expect with it. So I ain't mad. Let's see. But I'm gonna play the clip from Bill. You know what I'm saying? Blessings to the queen, man. Always good to see you. So Bill said he moved on from Keyshawn now. He said Keyshawn wants to fight, but now Bill don't want it. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that they keep look, they putting the pressure on. Shout out to my guy Thomas. They keep saying that Keyshawn is the guy that's ducking. He was trolling, he was this, he was that. It's just it's confusing. It's weird to me, man. Like the end of the day, man, you got wanted to make a fight. I think they could try to make the fight. I think people be having plans, right? And every now and then you deviate from those plans if it make enough sense. I think regardless of what people say, yeah, you could lean towards Devin Haney beating him right now because he got more experience. But with Keyshawn not having a belt, it's just gonna be high risk, low reward, right? The reward would be obviously you getting paid, but is it really worth the risk if you being at 47 and let that man come up and challenge you for your, like, imagine that happening, right? Coming up, challenge you for your belt. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I would love to see it, but if you them, I think their thought process is trying to secure a fight at 147, right? That makes some sense for them. So I don't see them wanting to give him a shot right now. I really don't, man. You know what I'm saying? So Bill, you know, Key did say I ain't gonna stand on y'all word, but I wonder why people keep making it seem like he was trolling or ducking. Like, what is it that he's supposed to do that would tell you that, you get me? I hear something that he told. I didn't catch it all. I just been seeing little headlines, man. Something about him telling Bill to go negotiate with Jay Prince or something like that. I mean, wouldn't that be the guy you talk to? The fighters don't make the fights themselves, right? You would think you would go talk to his people just like you do with anybody else. So look, I'm gonna just call it how I see it. Devin, I feel like I'm gonna always give him credit for what I believe, right? I think that situation, right? The money is right. I think he'll fight you. I don't think he's scared to fight nobody and nothing like that. But like I keep saying, people have plans, and sometimes you deviate away from those plans and do something outside of what you was already gonna do. but oftentimes these dudes gonna stick to what they was doing, right? Keyshawn is a risk. Say what you want, that experience shit, yeah, but pedigree matters too. Just like that experience, pedigree matters too. Quality matters. It's not gonna be an easy fight. Think about what a little ass Loma was able to do. Keyshawn is not that guy, and he bigger and the perfect kind of style to give you issues. You just don't need that right now. It's other fights, I think, other avenues that you can travel to make money and make big fights. And it's obviously one of the biggest rematches in boxing is you and Ryan. And it's a unification. There's no bigger fight. So I want to see the dude do whatever makes sense for him, though. I'm not here to complain, not here to cry. Bro, Devin, if the Ryan shit work itself out, beat him up, because Ryan it's a lot going on, and it's too much to sort out. I'm not trying to be no psychic and guess. I just want to know what's what. You're hearing a lot of people just exploring options. That's what I think is going on very early, until one of these fights become more than a conversation and people really start to put the real energy and focus behind putting it together. Right now, guys are jockeying for position and trying to see what makes sense, throwing shit out there, trying to see what stick. And it's early. You got guys all over the place. Ryan, multiple occasions, talked about fighting Shakur. His dad even talked about it, but his dad walked it back and started talking about, oh, it got to be at 47 and nothing else, right? And then you hear Ryan, you say he entertained the Devin fight, then he's talk about fighting Shakur. Then Devin say the ship sailed, and then turn around and say it's the biggest fight in boxing. You get me? There's everybody all over the place. That's why I say I'm not here to complain, because I see what's going on. Everybody is trying to make the most money that they possibly can and see what fight and what conversation steers them towards that. I don't think it's nobody being scared, but I do think people are being calculated, as they've always been. And I don't think nobody's about to do nothing rash and stupid by giving the wrong person an opportunity right now to be in a situation where they could potentially be upset. I'm telling you, people ain't trying to lose right now, especially take the wrong kind of fight and lose the wrong kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So I think guys is going to be strategizing and trying to see what makes sense. Keyshawn still is at 40. Devin could hang his hat there. He ain't officially at 47. So maybe you can try to say that, man. I'm just going to fight the guys in my weight. I don't know, but y'all did go back and forth. He said he was with it. He said little bro first and then big bro. Yeah, the fact that y'all running the same play that y'all was running at 35 was giving me a headache. Y'all trying to paint another fighter out to be a duck, a guy that's never ducked nobody. Y'all doing that again. So when I see that same old play, that same design, I've seen that story before, man. So it's like, I can't run with it. I can't believe that nobody wants, this is another guy now scared. Like everybody's clout chasing either off you or everybody's scared of you. That's just not believable, man. I've seen lesser guys be willing to get in the ring with you. I've seen faded guys get in the ring with you. Jose Ramirez was willing to get in there. Keyshawn Davis, I don't think scared to fight nobody and nobody else. So I just think being honest with the people will serve y'all better in this situation. Right now it's early and y'all truly don't know which direction y'all going. You have options. This is what Bill was also talking about a little bit on the Boxing Voice. I might play some of that outside of this little clip I got, but that's what it is. And that's all people got to do is be option. Everybody trying say you got options. People trying to figure it out and what make the most sense. And that's what I expect all these guys to do. Make the fight that makes the most absolute sense right now. You know what I'm saying? Right, man. Be a bunch of game boxing dad was good with it. Yeah, that's all they doing, bro. And I ain't mad at it. GQ was good, homie. They trying to figure it out. They all trying to figure it out, bro. I ain't mad at none of them because I think I can assess and understand what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? People are coming off, impactful wins, meaningful wins. Some guys, the biggest wins of their career and different things like that. Whether that's Keyshawn, whether that's Shakur, whether that's Devin Haney, being a 3-division champion with the Norman win. Everybody trying to see what make the most sense, right? You even got Rolly in the mix, right? Talking crazy. Kind of Ben in the mix. He talking crazy. It's a lot going on, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot happening. It is a lot happening, man. So it's going to be fun to see how all this shake. But let me play this clip from Bill before I forget. Act behind Keyshawn Ben, not Ben. Yeah, I mean, they know Keyshawn is a threat. Do you put him in the ring with Derek? Do you keep letting him build? Shit, man. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It's people that really think that he'll beat him right now. So I'll say this. If the opportunity presents itself and that shit makes sense, take it, because you can't do nothing but grow from it. Devin Haney ain't gonna put some type of beating on you that you ain't gonna be able to recover from, in my opinion, right? Losing to him wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. He's one of the top world-class guys in the sport, right? So I say if the opportunity presents itself and it makes sense, yeah, you can take it now, because what Keyshawn don't have in quantity of fights, I think he has in quality mixed with the pedigree, and I think he'll be to do more than hold his own. I mean, look, everybody got their different assessments, but you heard how Tim Bradley had broke it down and why he said Keyshawn to beat him. He said he got more tools in his bag. This is a Hall of Famer. He know more boxing than me. That his assessment, but it didn't sound like nothing emotional. It didn't sound like he was hating. And none of that. Just sounded like he was giving an honest assessment based on what he thought. Now, he could be wrong as hell, like we've all been on numerous occasions. Shout out to Tay. So I just, highlighting that. So there's people that think this dude can beat him right now. So you get the fight, take it. High risk, low reward for Haney. Yeah, but Haney can't dictate Ryan on his terms like he can with Keyshawn. So yeah, man. They're gonna have to figure it out. They're gonna have to figure it out. They're gonna have to figure it out. Keyshawn IQ is very underrated. Yeah, he is. He will stop that, in my opinion. Some people feel like he'll get to him. You know what I mean? But I think it'll be a really good fight. So again, anytime you start to jockeying for position and calling each other out, you gotta be willing to stand on it. So if they get an opportunity to fight each other, why not? I mean, I don't think it'll be the end of the world, no way. Right? I mean, it'd be a lot of trash being talked if somehow Keyshawn was able to win the fight, right? Considering where Devin is at, they feel like that experience should be enough to guide him to a victory and mixed with the skill set. So, I mean, I think it's a good fight, but Keyshawn gonna be tough for people, bro. He gonna be a tough out. But let's play this little clip with Trilly Bill. And it was a little short clip.
Talking to each other? Have you guys been communicating with the Ryan camp and seeing what's good or whatnot?
Yeah.
Right. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do they seem receptive?
We should know. We
Are
should
they
know
already-
something. We should know something. We should know something in the next 24 to 48 hours.
I love it. I love it. Now, did you watch?
And it's more because he was doing the whole interview up there, but he basically, was like they saying like if Ryan ain't trying to fight, then they'll move on. They'll possibly move up to face Xander's eyes. And look, I'm here for this. Whatever y'all gonna do, do it. What I hear right now is very premature. It's early. Guys that just fought not too long ago, not too far apart from each other. And everybody is, like I said, seeking out their next op. And I don't think nobody knows exactly which way it's going to swing right now. You know what I'm saying? But I think as the time go, they obviously going to focus, buckle down, make a decision. I just don't know which way they're going to go. And that's what I'm saying. Are you going to stay at 47? Are you going to go fight Xander's eyes? Because the fans be saying everybody ducking him, but at the same time, he about to fight everybody. It just don't make sense. Like, so I just wish they wouldn't push the duck narrative and just say, yo, we're going to go out there and make the best fight possible. And we're going to stand on bit. Like, say it however you need to say it, but just be transparent, be honest. Stop walking people around the block with this like word salad or whatever the hell you want to call it. Like, I don't want to be confused, bro. Like, bro, when I ask a direct question, I just want to be answered direct. I'm not trying to go to the corner store. I don't want to go to the library, the amusement park. You get what I'm saying? Nah, bro. I'm not trying to do all of that. I just want to answer real quick, like, what's going on. And I think one of the reasons why the answers are not as direct or straightforward is because it's a lot of unknowns, because things are still early. It's business, it's red, yellow tape, whatever color you want to say. It's tape to get through. And they got to iron out business. And I don't think people have gotten far if you just listen to what he was saying. on the Boxing Voice, it sounds like they ain't figured it all out yet. They just trying to, trying to go what makes sense for themselves. And it's just no telling where they'll end up at. But that 54 fight ain't I don't think it's going to be nothing to play with, that weight class. So I would have to rule that out. I don't see his next fight being Ozander Zayas. See his next fight being at 147. Who? Remains to be seen. Process of elimination. No Crocker, no Rowley. Right? Ryan is the possibility, right? Yeah. I don't know where else you go. I think that is right there. I think you get Ryan back in the ring at 147 in a unification on an even playing field and cook him. That's what I think. I seen somebody say that. I seen that somewhere. I did see that somewhere. Sound like he's staying 2 weight classes away. You know how that go. Once he just got the 4. If that happens, then you already know, Marcus, that's right on par with what, his G-Pod was saying. But crazy. Could be waiting for the drug test results from Ryan also. True. Because they did, him and Shakur said something about Ryan being on juice. OP, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? Xander, it could be. Could be. I just want to see fights, man. And it not being a mystery, right? Like, you ain't got to tell me all your business, but narrow it down. Like, what direction you trying to go? You know what I'm saying? Don't try to sell me you fighting everybody. You can only fight one person at a time. And who do you want the most? You get what I'm saying? Because guys be changing their mind depending on the circumstances and situation, which I understand. You know what I'm saying? So, he could be waiting to see what they're going to say about Ryan. Make sure you're on the up and up. I did hear that Devin Haney said he didn't want him to be on 365 drug testing. He just needed him to be doing, testing a nice bit out from the fight up into the fight or whatever have you, to make sure he ain't cycling on or off. I don't think that sound half bad. You can't blame Ryan Garcia. I mean, Devin Haney, Team Haney, for their paranoia because of what they went through with you already. So yeah, I just feel like that's the easiest fight to make. It's one of the biggest unifications and rematches in boxing. I think Devin Haney, this is the perfect time to play spoiler for Ryan, right where he's trying to build that momentum. And I know it's only one fight, but he just beat Mario Barrios. He got people high on him right now, feeling like he'd do X, Y, and Z to you or Shakur, whichever one of y'all he fight. If you're Devin Haney, bro, if you Team Haney, you need to put full court press on Team Garcia to see what's what. Bill did say in 24 hours he'll have an update, which is cool. I hope he do. Because, look, like I've said before, and I'm going to stay consistent, I've been rooting for them to get the rematch. I think it's just the easiest fight, it seemed like, to make, the most sensible one. You don't got to move to nobody's weight class. You don't got to move from where you at. You don't got to think about catch weight or rehydration clauses. You fighting a guy that's at 47 with you. And Devin, keep in mind, you play spoiler now. He thought that shit was sweet with the Ostarine. Now you get him on an even playing field at 147 pounds. We know he can make the weight. And now you take his title right when he done. And I'm not against Ryan, but I'm against the way he was moving in that first fight. So the hell with it. That's what you do, Devin, in a perfect world, bro. Play spoiler and unify yourself at 147 pounds. I think that's the fight for you to make. Turkey got to be with that. He got to be with that. He rocking with Ryan. He putting him on his events and his cards. He got to be with that. If you Team Haney, full court press, man. So shout out to Bill because he did say 24 hours here. No, so hopefully they come back with an update. And the update is that Ryan won the fight. He keep talking all this here retired Dev stuff. I want to see it. Well, retire. You know what I'm saying? It's only one way to find out. Fight again at 147 pounds. The WBC and the WBO title on the line. Perfect storybook ending for you, Dad. You couldn't have wrote this. You couldn't have wrote the story better your damn self. You couldn't have wrote the story better your damn self. You had the pen and paper, bro. You get me? Think about it. The controversy. He cheated, but the people that tried to ignore it, how they tried to turn on you, they wrote you off. You bounce back to back wins. Now this dude won. Now he feeling good about himself. Now he finally a champion. They said after 10 years. And here you come, Devin Haney. Right when he thought shit was sweet. Bang. You kick his ass. You get me? and move on. You ain't never got to deal with it. I mean, you could at that point, if you want to entertain a trilogy, you can. But if I'm you, nah, I beat him up, slide, and keep growing my name in my profile. So I hope that's something that could work out for him. Ryan did win, so it ain't gonna be no Mario Barrios. You do got Conor Ben calling out Ryan Garcia and saying keep the belt warm. Devin Haney, do not let Conor Ben and them try to snatch the fight from up under your nose. That's your work, man. That's your fight. That's your lick back. That's your belt he got. You get me? That's really your belt he got. He just keeping it warm for you. You go get that because Conor Ben already talking about not fighting you and how it wouldn't be entertaining. Like I'm telling you now, he get a hold of it. You could forget about getting that belt. You could forget about it. WBC strap, that shit gonna be held hostage. If Conor Ben get his hands on it, hostage. So Team Haney put full court press on that, on them guys. Make them stand on all that shit they was talking. They keep talking how they'll do X, Y, and Z. Oh, we're gonna retire him this time. You couldn't finish him with sensu beans in your system, bro. You get what I'm saying? Straight out of the damn Dragon Ball Z universe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro had the same damn beans that they grew the beanstalks with. You know what I'm saying? In the movie, bro. Your ass out there to the gills and you couldn't win. So, I mean, you didn't win fair and square, so it's over with. You know what I'm saying? You get that back, yeah. I mean, beat Ryan ass, bro. Tried to fight you, but you leaving all that bullshit weight class. What? Just you know damn well we tried to fight you, but you leaving out the bullshit weight class. What's that? I don't know what you mean. Mind yours, what's good with it? Yeah, Dev. Need to get that lick back. Get that lick back. You know what I'm saying? Trying to push the drug cheat off on us. Ryan called Jal out. I don't understand. You don't understand because you ain't listening. If you don't understand what I've been saying, that's because you ain't listening. You don't want to understand. Flossie, what's good with it, bro? You talking about trying to what are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy? Like seriously though. Like seriously. What did your favorite fighter just say? What did your favorite fighter just say is the biggest fight in boxing? What did he just say? He said it was Shakur. And what did he say since then? He just told you it was Ryan Garcia, didn't he? Why? What Bill Haney just say? 24 hours, we gonna know an update. Push him off on you. Fight him. He fucking cheated you and could have. He altered your career. He the reason you came out and landed 70 punches your last two fights. He the reason they was about to turn their backs on you. The boxing world. Push him off on you. That's where my AD clip. We gotta get that soft shit out of here. Push him off on you. Nah, y'all keep talking all this weight class shit. Y'all don't want to fight Shakur. He's bad news for both of y'all. So y'all want to stick up there and handle y'all business. Y'all got more history. Ryan Garcia ain't trying to fight him. His dad already walking it back. I don't see him doing it. He said he can't make 144, only 147. People complaining about him being drained. I don't even want to hear it. Let them dudes do what they do. Shakur could be great on his own accord. He move up there when he ready. Fight the man. He cheated y'all. He altered your career. He got your guy looking shaky in the light. He got people ready to give up on him, calling this dude everything but his name. You get me? Hell no. Beat his ass, bro. That's my favorite fighter. I want him to beat his cheating ass. What we talking about? All the memes had him face down, ass up. The man was making jokes talking about he shitted on himself, everything. He think it's a game. He made a fucking mixtape. You don't remember Blessed and Highly Favored? Bro made a mixtape on y'all. Hell no. If Dev is my guy, beat his ass, bro. What? Hell nah. You gotta cook him, bro. Beat his cheating ass. Get him on an even playing field. While he has a belt and take everything he just worked for. It took him 10 years to get that shit. You go a perfect ending to a story. Cook him on even playing field. No steroids, no Ostarine, no sensu beans, no magical potions, nothing. Just Dev putting his foot in his ass. You get what I'm saying? And getting him up out of here. Pack him right up and send him on. These dudes talk like they all want to fight Shakur until it's time to do it, and then it'd be something else. We seen it already. His dad sat on Mill City and talked about, Ryan can make 144. Now he can fight Shakur. We can do it next. We can do it at 144. And then once he fight Mario Barrios that stood in front of him like a fucking statue all night and got punched on, now is how, I don't want to see Ryan at any other weight but 47. Shakur wants to fight Ryan. He has to come up. Shut up, man. Y'all ain't dictating shit, man. Shakur told you what it is. 144 for both of you 175-pound ass light heavyweights. You get me? If y'all don't want to do that, cool. Do what y'all doing. You got a perfect rematch. It's the biggest fight for you to make. Lewis Crocker don't want to fight you. Conor been bitching about fighting you. Rolly tuck and tell. Think about it. Where are your options at? Which, you gonna go up there and all right, fight Xander then. Because once you go up to 54, you know you done opened up a different can of worms. Now you up at 54. Guess who they gonna ask you to fight? Guess who you got on your hit list and they're gonna ask you to fight? I'm just being realistic because what options do you got? You're Devin Haney. You get paid. You trying to make money, right? How you gonna do that if you ain't going in there and fighting nobody? You gotta fight somebody, right? Lewis Crocker, they're not about to do you no favors. They know more than likely you're gonna go out there and box his ass down, as you should. They ain't trying to give you no gimmies. Eddie Hearn not about to do you no favor. You know this. Rolly talking about go fight Ryan. He don't want to fight you. Conor been talking about it's boring. You a track star. What you gonna do? You're not going to 144, even though you had to eat burgers and steaks to make 144. We're not even gonna open that can of worms. We're gonna just let you rest where you comfortable. You comfortable at 47. Ryan and his dad, y'all comfortable at 47. Guess what? You cheated Devin at 140. You had the Osterine in your system. You made a mixtape. I didn't bless the highly favored go gold to some shit, bro. He wilded out. The bro don't even got a career in music, and he made a mixtape on you. Go kick his ass, bro. Go out there with a better game plan, locked in, outsmart him, outthink him, outbox him, outpoint him, embarrass him, take his fucking belt, and pack him on his way. Send him on his way. That very same thing that took him all them years to get, you're going to take it from him. He out here talking about how you got PTSD and he going to end your career. These dudes ain't trying to fight no Shakur. He ain't that. I ain't even about to entertain. I don't see that happening right now. Not next. So in the meantime, in between time, both of y'all got good relationships with Turkey. It's an easy fight to make. Beat his ass, bro. You get me? Or go up to 54 and fight Xander, and then they're gonna demand that you fight Boots because that's the dude that's really on your list. So again, what you gonna do? Know what I'm saying? Sound like an easy fight to make, bro. Go out there and fight the dude, man. Beat his ass. I'm standing on this. The only way he wins the fight against the Shakur, he got to knock him out. He's not a better boxer. He's not smarter. He don't got better eyes and none of that. I just don't see it. I don't see Shakur fighting him next. You know what I mean? Ryan and them, they're going to go find something else to do. And if you smart, go beat his ass, DHP. You know what I mean? DHP, get his ass, man. Huh? Yeah, you remember this night? Bro, you remember this day? This is the day it all changed for him. This is the day the boxing world got flipped upside down. They try to turn on the man. Just Do was over here going to bat for him. Ain't no pushing nobody off on you. You got history. So you cool with being cheated and never getting that lick back? It's the perfect time to beat his ass. He a WBC champion. He beat Mario Barrios. He got a legit win at welterweight, right? He made the weight. Go out there and take everything he worked for. I'm trying to tell you, man, I rock with Devin more than y'all, man. Some of y'all, bro. Dad, man, go get that work. You know what I'm saying? Go get that belt, man. Go snatch that hardware up off him. And he got the green strap, Dad. Go get that thing up off him, man. He don't know what he doing. You know what I mean? Show him that he not about to go on no championship run on your watch. He in your division. You ain't got to play weight games, no stipulations, no causes. Y'all both going to be light heavyweights on the night. It's a perfect matchup. Both of y'all going to be in the 170s. It's cool. Go out there and fight each other then. Get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Make Ryan stand on all that shit he been saying. Bro out here talking about how he going to end careers and shit, bro. He been talking super, super duper crazy. Do I even got the clips, man? Bro been talking spicy, man. Y'all got to go get at him, man. You know what I'm saying? Him and Jean Jacket Joe, like, this you got to beat his ass. Look at this shit right
Ryan, right? Yeah. Did we have an intimate relationship in terms of working together?
Wait a minute.
Face to face, yes.
Look at this dude.
Face to face, yes.
Oh my God.
Face to face, yes. Face to face.
Got him.
Nah, you gotta beat his ass, bro. They out here talking about having intimate relationships and shit, bro. What? What is you even talking about, Joseph? I gotta call you Joseph. You can't even call him Joe. Joseph. You wildin', Joseph Goosen. You know what I'm saying? I ain't calling you Gene Jackson, the Joseph Goosen. What are you talking about, sir?
Trying to get in my head.
Look at him. Nah, bro. Kick his ass, bro. Nah. Don't let this ride, bro. He was talking crazy. Talking crazy, man. Who? Hit him, Bebo. Come on, man. working on that left hook for? Who you working on that left hook for? Apple pie ride, man. Man, you know, Dev out there working it out. He working on his left hook. He about to show him what left hook really about, man. Come on, man. You gotta. I just thought it's the perfect fight to make, man. You know what I'm saying? His dad already walking it back about the Shakur talk. He went from saying 44 was cool. They was throwing it out there, suggesting it. Now they don't want that shit. So let them go out there and fight each other. Go out there and get beat up, man. Go get that redemption. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you said it's the biggest fight in boxing. You gotta go get him. Gotta go get him. Because the problem with the Shakur fight with either of these dudes, if y'all not gonna meet them in the middle, then it's nothing. If I'm Shakur right now, you being that he just moved to 140, you either meet me in the middle or we just go do what we do. And when I decide I want to be at 47, I decide I want to be at 47. If y'all still there, then you pursue those fights. But I think as you continue to go up in weight, you got to think that stuff. What you gonna keep going back down, go up, then come back down. So you just got to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? I think if you're ready to campaign up there, then do it. But if not, let them dudes do what they doing. If you can't get you know what I'm saying? If you can't get them to meet you in the middle, because this is the fact of the matter is they claim they too big, even though they teams is putting out other messages. We seeing old tweets. Both of those dudes can make that contract the way that they want to. I'm sick of these fans keep talking about somebody drained so we don't even want to hear that. Keep y'all big asses up there and fight each other then. It's an easy fight to make. Beat the rest of the Osterine out of the system. You get what I'm saying? Make this shit easy for yourself, bro. I mean, he played with your name. You know what I'm saying? He made mixtapes at your expense. He trolled. He thought it was funny. You know what I'm saying? He blamed everybody but himself. No accountability. He thought that shit was funny. They out here making memes. Look, dig this, bro. Look, they said this Devin running from the Ryan Garcia rematch. Look how far they taking it. They said that's Ja running from the rematch as bogus. What is that, a 4 flat? Buddy got gone, didn't he? Damn, takeoff speed. He went 0 to 100 quick, didn't he? Man, bro, stride crazy. Look, sign him. Bro, fast as hell. He right, damn Olympic sprinter speed. Look, that's them joking at your expense. These dudes bogus, bro. Look, joking. Man, hell nah, bro. I know y'all not going for this. I know y'all not about to let this shit ride. Not Team Hanos. Y'all ain't going for that. Out here with the disrespects, man. Till he get his ass kicked, bro. You know what I'm saying? PED apple pie ride, man. You get me? Over here, over celebrate. Go kick his ass, G. Go kick his ass real fast, man. You know what I'm saying? Kick his ass real fast. What's up, my boy? Can't let them you can't let them jokers play with you like that, G. You know what I'm saying? Eat his ass,
How
B.
do I say goodbye to Mario Barrios? Yo, Tim Desert Storm Bradley.
That will never not be funny, bro. I'm telling you, go kick his ass, G. So, look, that's just my little spill. That's my little rant of the day. Nah, man, y'all got unfinished business, man. I don't know. Once I start hearing a fighter say he wants something and then the team saying something else or somebody on the team, I start to think like, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? When I start hearing guys say something 1 minute, this weight is cool, suggesting that it's fine and that's something you're willing to do. And then as soon as you have one fight, it's like, oh, well, you know what? Nah, you got to fight him at this. So it's like, bro, at this point, man, you know what I'm saying? You got to do what makes sense. And I really do think that's a sensible fight because you ain't got to worry about going up, down, nowhere. You stay right where you at. It's more accolades for you. It's a unification. I think it's big money in the fight and the rematch due to all the controversy. And I think you get to close the chapter as a fighter when you beat this dude fair and square. You know what I'm saying? And think about how everything changed after that. That narrative changes, all that funny shit people were saying, they got to walk it back. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? You know how boxing is. They fickle. All it takes is one win and then they right back on. You know what I'm saying? So he's been winning since that situation. He's still undefeated, still making money, still snatching up belts. You know what I mean? Ryan just now getting to where he been at. Think about how long ago he won his first world title. This dude just getting it, and he ain't even get a chance to celebrate it and get comfortable. And here come Devin. Swoop right in there. Swoop right in there. Man, I listen. One thing we're not gonna do is push narratives, bro. If you scared to get back in there with that left hook, just say that, bro. But don't push no narratives on my name. Don't push no narratives. None of these dudes could beat Shakur, Devin, or Ryan. Neither one of them. Why do you think they saying he got to come up to 47 to fight them dudes? He got to go where they comfortable at. It ain't no fight. That should tell you everything you need to know. Both of these dudes, I can point to the receipts where both of these dudes had no problem making 144. They don't want to fight him. He not a welterweight. We could argue all day about how big he is. I'm not even doing that. Sound like he ain't ready to go all the way up to welterweight. He just got the 140. He ain't about to go where you comfortable at. You don't want to fight him. It's cool. Fight the guys in your weight class. The fact that you putting up that kind of resistance to a fight that's your favorite fighter. Matter of fact, let me pull the fucking tweet back up because we ain't man. I thought I was gonna move past this, but no. Argue with your favorite fighter. This is how weird y'all be coming off, bro. Y'all don't know who y'all be mad at. Y'all don't know who y'all be want to be mad at. Me for telling the truth or your favorite fighter for putting it out there. For me to tell the truth. Dig this. Hit that like button, y'all. Sub to the channel. Support the grind. We're going to keep building. We got some more to get to. But let me pull this. Smell me. Boom, boom, boom. What that say right there, G? What that say right there? What that say right there? And furthermore, y'all bogus as hell because he said the ship sailed because he not in Vada and he took Vada. So all y'all do is put bullshit false narratives out there. Answer for that. Why did y'all just say the man ain't in Vada and they was? They said they both teams was tested thoroughly. Y'all said he wasn't in Vada. You said the ship sailed and turned around and said this the biggest fight in boxing, no PEDs. Stand on this shit. I'm tired. This the second it's starting to look funny. Y'all keep calling yourself Debo. This is the second time that he said this is the biggest fight in boxing. The first time it was him and Shakur. I said, what are you willing to do to make the biggest fight in boxing? They said nothing. He got to go to 147 with no clauses. I said, I bet. So you want the biggest fight in boxing to fall in your lap. That's not going to happen. You're not willing to meet in the middle and negotiate just like all them years ago at 35. Cool. Guess what? Ryan Garcia said he going to end you. Said you got PTSD. All this type of shit. You don't want it. Made a mixtape. He was blessed and highly favored. He was doing all types of shit, bro. He had a track that went gold on the streets, bro. And he don't even do, you get what I'm saying? He's not even a musician. Look at him. Fake ass Ricky Martin. This dude was parading and laughing at y'all expense. Now your fighter is saying the biggest fight in boxing, hashtag no PEDs. Yes, he was on Vada. Let him get tested. Bill Haney, what does Bill Haney need 24 hours of an update for? I'm not pushing nothing. Y'all lying to us. So again, you're going to name two of the biggest fights in boxing for yourself, and you're not going to make neither one of them. I thought y'all was Debo. I thought y'all was Debo, man. You know what I'm saying? I thought y'all was Debo. Now get back in there, man. Get back. And I'm rooting for him to beat this dude. That's what I'm pushing. I'm pushing your guy got cheated, and I'm rocking with him to get him to upset Ryan. Look at how I put this, and you still got a problem with it. Ain't no fucking Debo. It's Debo Core. Ain't no Debo Dev. It's Debo Core from now on. I forgot. And now we jacking there. It's Debo Core and Catchweight Dev, man. I eat burgers and fries dead, man. Huh? Either fight him at the weight class in the biggest fight in boxing, or you can go up to 54 and fight this guy on your list. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that guy with right there, that J. Ron Ennis. There you go. There you go, Debo. But Shakur ain't going up to 47. There you go. End of that. That's the end of that. Now we can move on. Now you can fight guys in your weight class. You big as hell. Your dad said you could fight at 54 before you even fought Brian Norman. Get what I'm saying? You talking about fighting Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas says you fool, you soft, he a crybaby and some more shit. People calling you out. This is not Debo energy. Which one of these guys is you going to respond to? Or are you going to sit around and keep talking about what the biggest fight and not going to make it? I thought y'all send offers and do all of this. You get me? Where that 25% energy at, man? I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that from you. I want to hear, we taking on all comers. We beating his ass for cheating us. He like, nah, we ain't going back in there with him. The ship sailed. He ain't invited. He got tested for the championship fight. Y'all just lied. All y'all do is lie. Put lies out there, bro. They said the man wasn't on Vada and he is. Come on, man. Make it make sense. So what do y'all want to do? I'm a realistic guy, but you can't have it all your way. You don't call the shots. That's the thing. They think they call the shots with Shakur. They don't call the shots, bro. You get me? Either you want to do it with the stipulations. You don't. I ain't knocking it. I ain't mad. You tough. You Debo, right? You know what I'm saying? Even though you said you wasn't fighting that weight classes no more. Even though you said you wasn't fighting that weight classes no more. You said that too. So it's a lot, man. Hey, I'm just saying you gotta fight somebody. Gotta fight somebody, G. Gotta fight somebody. You can't keep calling out a dude that just was that lightweight. You get what I'm saying? You gonna call out the dudes. You gonna call out the 40-pounder, but not fight the 47-pounder that just became champion and cheated you and changed your career for the worse. You serious? The guy that they were saying you was suing, they made all the jokes. I was the one going to bat for the kid, just like I'm going to bat for him getting his lick back. And I'm using his tweet. He said this the biggest fight. That's what he said. It's no PDs. Why you not gonna fight him? It's the big fight. Go Debo. This ain't looking like Debo energy, man. I don't know, G. It ain't looking Debo-ish. Ain't looking real Debo-ish, man. I don't know. Ain't looking like Debo. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. So we'll see. We'll see, Debo. But that should be the fight for you. It's simple. It's easy to make. You know what I mean? The history is there. The controversy is there. The money is going to be there for y'all. I think more money than the first time around. You got all the reasons to want to beat this dude. He played with your career, bro. Kick his ass, man. You get me? Like Dev said, no PEDs this trip. No PEDs, G. No PEDs. Clean fight, level playing field. Title versus title. I'm taking your shit. That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Debo. Debo Dev, man. That's all. Fight one of these dudes. You Debo, right? Gotta fight somebody. Xander. Who y'all gonna fight? Y'all said if y'all don't get Ryan, then y'all gonna fight Xander. So when they don't do that, am I supposed to, like, what's gonna happen? So if they don't fight Ryan, who y'all gonna fight? That's my thing. Who do you want to see him fight? You know what I'm saying? Who you want to see Debo fight? You know what I mean? I'm tired of y'all thinking these dudes got to come do what y'all say do. Nah, y'all not willing to negotiate. Y'all don't hold all the cards in y'all hand. I better figure that shit out and run that rematch back. He said King of the Showbiz tapped in. He said King of the Ring card on the way. Shout out to Showbiz, man. They be doing their thing. Coming from lightweight too? Nah, man. Nah. He way too big for lightweight. Way too big. Nah, Core and Tank don't act like they 22 pounders. They came from 126, actually, one weight class above 122. You know what I mean? For conversation purposes. You know what I'm saying? He said Ryan Garcia don't need 24-hour testing. You know what I mean? He'll fight him. He'll fight him without it. Boy, better fight Ryan and K. I'm telling you, stop playing. Hold on. Let me see if I can go find Trail Bill. Let me see if I can find Trill Bill. Hold on. Let me see. Trillion billion. Shout out to K-Rod. What's good with it? Cal, my guy, he said somebody should ask Bill and Dad what's his walk around weight by 180. I mean, because I think if you're going to be 170 plus after you rehydrate in the ring, I think it's safe to say you could be in the 80s in between fights. Not working out, none of that. You know what I'm saying? you know, in between fights when you let yourself blow up because he like to eat. Shit, he probably in the one. It is. Young champ get kind of big out there. Hold on, let me see where he at. Hold on. I don't know exactly when he came in here. We could listen to some of this because we on this. Let's see what Bill's talking about. Shout out to Ness in the boxing voice. Let me hit the like button over there. Hold on, they just got Trill Bill. They about to get Trill Bill. They about to get your boy Trill Bill. He said he think Dad walk around 165. Shout out to my guy, man. Let's go.
Make it next. We don't want any hiccups. Make it for the summer, the fall. Who gives a shit?
Let's listen to some of this. Hit that like button, y'all. We're going to rock out. We're going to listen to some of this, and we're going to head out.
What up, though? Shout out to the boxing voice. The voice of the casuals. Can we switch up the platforms? Nets, I don't know if today you done lost the weight. And oh, that's my guy. You gotta turn it. We can't watch it and listen back. So you sip on that shake and you get all the marbles that you need back in your body.
Sorry, Devin.
Today. You just know you do it because they're gonna come on here and cook the shit out of you today. Listen, but don't worry about it, Ness. And I don't want anyone else to do. Well, listen, I don't want anyone to worry about it.
This tone flipping the whole situation.
No, you didn't do anything. You're doing no.
Shout out to the boxing voice, by the way. They funny. This shit be funny. This is Bill Haney on the boxing voice. We're gonna listen to some of this, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Ness is doing exactly what he's supposed to do because there is a sentiment, and you're speaking today, and you should. You need to speak for the casuals and those that disagree with it, right? On whatever teams respectively are supposed to pull up. In this case, what a job for Bill Haney. So it's a great topic. It's great. You're right on point. You're calling the talking points of what casuals want to say. But I want to say is, where were you guys Saturday night? Why didn't you come out and buy a seat for the fight? Why didn't you buy the fight? And that's normally, because there were times with us
walking his ass right down to the corner store, to your local library, the post office. Like, you at this point, Bill talked so long. You just sightseeing at this point. He just taking you wherever his heart desire, bro. He just freely taking you places you ain't asked to go. Seriously, Bill, we all learning that. You see when Devin is up there at 147 pounds, and and we beat the great Vasil Lomachenko at 135 pounds, like we said, and we went over in Australia and beat George Kambosos twice. You know what I'm saying? And they tried to block me from the first fight. Like, bro, what the hell are you talking about, bro? I just asked you who you gonna fight next. I ain't asked you nothing about the resume going over to Australia, but that's what he do. I've heard him do it. Watch. Keep listening. And I love it, by the way. It's just funny, man. Shout out to Bill. He do his thing, man, but it's funny.
We wondered, where were the pay-per-view numbers? Where were not only just the pay-per-view numbers, what was the gate? What was all these things? Shout out to Zach Zayas and the $1.1 million gate that he just did.
That was crazy.
I don't know. I think the last big gate that Ryan Garcia did was with Devin Haney. I don't know if Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson did that same gate. But the thing that I want
to know, right? Like, Turkey alleviated us of that. It's like,
okay,
we don't worry about pay-per-view numbers because he's going to make sure you get them fights.
Okay, well, let it go. Let it go. Listen, it makes no difference. When you talk about, and you're using this talking point that being a world champion means something.
Doesn't it?
Okay, yeah, of course. So let's roll with that one and say that Devin beat the best champion in the division, the most dominant champion in the division, the champion that didn't want anyone want to fight. And let's say Ryan Garcia fought the champion that would have been considered a cherry pick for a 140-pound champion coming up. So when you talk about that, and you talk about not only that, you talk about a Hall of Famer.
So you telling me right now, we all speak the same English. You telling me right now you know what he talking about? Go ahead and lie. I dare you, go ahead and lie and tell me you know what he talking about. Go ahead. Now, yeah, we hear you, but what the hell are you talking? What are you talking about? Told you. This went from pay-per-view to Hall of Fame. Y'all thought I was joking when I was just doing my little, knock off Bill Haney. No, I don't dislike him at all. He just be doing his job, but it's so funny how he do it. Like, he'll tell you a bunch of shit you ain't asked, bro. That could just be wild. Like, what is this, taxi cab confessions, bro? I just asked you who y'all gonna fight next, bro. This man started talking about Hall of Fame, and he started talking about pay-per-views and why people ain't buy the fights, and I don't know if Tio and Shakur did the gate that Devin did. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Why are you talking about gates and numbers right now, G? Like, what is even going on? At this point, here have you forgetting like what your question was. You be sitting there looking at yourself like, what did I ask him again? I don't even remember what I asked you, bro.
Not by what I'm saying, by other Hall of Famers. Tim Bradley, Andre Ward, alike. Hall of Famer in your same division. Shout out to the 147-pound division, because did it get hot, Tone? Tone, it's the 47-pound division on fire. And listen,
I don't know.
It was ice cold until Devin got there, right? Correct?
No. All right, y'all. Dumbass ad.
Was Devin the first one, and they said, oh my God, Devin is in a cold division. Well, they said 140 was cold before Devin got there. Listen, who heated up 135 other than Depot Devin Haney? So when you talk about the numbers, you talk about the content.
Now he just went back to 35. I told you. You think I'm lying? Y'all think I be joking? I think I was pretty accurate with the impersonation.
Got there. Hey, listen, who heated up 135 other than Depot Devin Haney? So when you talk about the numbers, you talk about the continents, you talk about all of those things. You talk about a Hall of Fame.
The continents. I told you, talking about Australia.
Same division. That's enough alone. But shout out to the 147-pound division, because Devin, hey, right now, Nets, what would you say since we're talking? Is Devin the king at 147 pounds?
He's definitely the number one welterweight.
Okay, so
King is
he one of the guys. He one of the top guys there. He's still more to prove. I mean, you got 3 other champions, but I don't think you could be the king. You know what I mean? I think you're definitely one of the top guys. You know what I'm saying? Leading the charge. I think if politics wasn't a thing and guys would just fight you, I think you have a really good chance at beating guys. Like, I think you can beat Rolly. I think you can beat Ryan in a rematch. I think you can beat Lewis Crawford. But you're going to be saying a lot of shit that.
there's no ring champion.
Okay, so number one, and I'm going to ask you one other question, but
I'm going to tell you what's good.
Being the number one guy at 147 pounds, Ness, can you tell me everybody that's at 147 pounds right now?
Devin, Ryan, Lewis Crocker,
Rolly,
Tiger Johnson, Rolly, Rohan, Liam Bottle.
Oh, wait. I think it's a guy named Floyd Mayweather that's in that same division, is he?
Who?
We don't know.
Who?
They didn't even announce the amount of rounds. We don't know if he's coming back, if they're going to fight at welterweight. We don't know how many rounds yet, but yeah, he last fought at welterweight.
I don't know what the hell he talking about.
Last fought at welterweight. So,
I'm probably shout out to the Queen. Appreciate the love. Shout out 5 on the BS Bird Walk. Man, I just wanted people to listen to this so you could see that I wasn't tripping, but then also when he get asked certain questions about fights, how he respond to them. So it don't be me trying to like push a fight on people. Like, in all seriousness, I get fired up. I rock with that though. When I say I want to see that rematch, it's not like, oh, I want him to fight a drug cheat again. No, I want him to be able to get his lick back on the even playing field with this guy that cheated and changed his career. Shit could have been, it was spooky for him. Think about it. Dev said he never been outmatched from like that, right? So he questioned everything. He was questioning his team, himself. He created doubt that he would have never probably had he not cheated him like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just deeper than, oh, let's just fight him. He's a drug cheat. Nah, beat his drug cheating ass and finally get him on the even playing field for all the marbles when it makes sense, you know, or when it's the most impactful, right? It's 2 titles on the line, right? Take that shit right from him and close the book on that chapter. That's a perfect ending to that story. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see him do that. For that reason, had he not, they'd have got a fair fight and that would have played out how it did, then I wouldn't be asking to see Derek have to go back out there if he ain't want to. But just because he got cheated and now he got an opportunity to ruin spoil his plans now. You know what I'm saying? Right when he thought he was doing something. It ain't gonna be easy for Rolly to get no title again if he get that joint snatched. Shout out to the queen. Appreciate the love, man. I ain't gonna listen to all this. I'm just listening to some of it, y'all. We gonna keep going. Like Devin Bell jumping around happy. 135 said Campbell's beat TL. Knew Campbell's was easy work. Yeah, he said he celebrated like that because he knew Cambosis would fight him or something like that. And I think it was some of both. I think he knew he would fight him, and I knew he was food. You know what I'm saying? I do. I knew he was food. That's why he took the money, you know what I mean, and went over there and beat him up the way he did. Shout out to Dad, but we knew what that was. That was one of them calculated risks that I talk about. Smart business, good move. You made the sacrifice, and that's what I always respect that. You sacrifice for that money, but like I tell people all the time, the difference is, yeah, you made a sacrifice like that, but would you make that same kind of sacrifice if the opponent was as dangerous as Shakur Stevenson or Tank Davis level? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, Cambosis, that's one thing, but taking a challenge with one of these guys with money like that, it'd be a much different thing, and it's not something I don't think we'll see.
Gio announced yesterday he's going to welterweight.
Manny Pacquiao, right? He fought at 147 pounds, right? His last fight, right?
Yeah, he's ranked number 3, I think, in the W.
How the hell we on Manny Pacquiao? But continue.
Hey, man, listen, man. We cooking with high grease, man. You see what I'm saying? Coming from where we came from in Oakland, California, man. Number 1 at 147 pounds, brother. Listen, if you don't want to fight the number 1 guy, hey, man, we can't force him in the ring. Listen, and everything that you're talking about, Ness, if that's the direction that a guy with 1 belt, because you just said belts mean something. If for some reason belts mean something to you, and then when it comes to Devin Haney, they don't. Well, that's true.
Right. That's a fact. Okay, it's on the level of calling out AB. Right. Ryan left the table and came back 55-45 split with Devin, but Shakur got a 25% take it or leave it. Right, a phantom offer at that, Jordan, from what we found out with that clip. It's crazy. It's so many holes in how, like, you know, the way they go about business when it's a fight that they truly want and they secure it, and then one where they're looking to destroy it in the media. All due respect to them, like, I just see it, man. That's always gonna be one. Big Tex was good with it, homie. Like, I'm telling you, that's gonna always be one. Do you know they still arguing about that? I just heard somebody a little while ago before I got up here saying, yo, he still should have took it, man. I'm like, yo, y'all must didn't see that clip. Y'all, there's no way you can hear that clip and say you should have took anything. At that point, you just being, like, no disrespect, you being silly. You being gullible or stupid. Just to be blunt, you being stupid. He went up there on the channel that heavily favors them, that rocks with them through and through. And this dude was basically like, well, so damn, you basically wanted to sign up for nothing then, right? I mean, then you wanted to shop the fight around after the fight. He was like, man, this is even worse, Bill. Like, had to keep it real. You got his whole platform right there. But his fans are still trying to explain the way out of that. You can't explain the way out of that. Hearing that clip and still talking about what he should have took is like ridiculousness. At that point, I just think your comprehension skills are limited. There's no way you can get that was real after you heard that clip. That should put it to bed. Any questions you had about it, you should be like, man, it was phony. I know it's hard to believe, but it was. It just wasn't what it was.
To you, and then when it comes to Devin Haney, they don't. Well, that's true Debo fashion. And guess what, Ness? You bring them all here today. You just bring them on in. You dig what I'm saying? And let us all see their face.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
They'll be funny as hell, man. I ain't gonna lie. I be having fun promoting, bro.
All see their face.
We be having fun.
You're doing a great job with that. But let me tell you about this number 1 and number 2 and number 3 on the pound for pound list. And that's that you carefully promote and follow. Who are the guys that decide pound for pound at Ring?
Their staff.
Their staff. Oh, their staff. So their staff told you that Shakur is number 3, correct?
Sure.
And you followed. Now, what else did their staff tell you? And are you not listening to their staff? I mean, is every talking point and everything that comes from the ring and the media staff, is that what TBV is? Are those the talking points for TBV? I just want to know.
I mean, they're definitely talking points, right? The Ring magazine is a huge publication. They have the backing and ownership of Turkey now, so kind of what they say is law.
Wait, no, you see, because you said kind of like what they say. No, brother, it's law or not law. You dig what I'm saying? So kind of like what they say.
When I say kinda, it's like most of the stuff that they report is accurate.
Listen, you don't even know the name of the person that's reporting. You said the staff. So you don't know.
Well, if you want me to say Doug Fisher, it was clear. I played a clip the other day, not even less than 7 days ago. Doug Fisher, spoke about how the Ring rankings are, and he's part of it, along with other members of the board.
Yes. So those are how many members is it, Ness?
No.
Okay. So a lot of what you're saying, you don't
like the Ring rankings now.
No, I do. Listen.
You got a problem.
What I say is, no, I don't. What I do is I said I want to hear TBV's rankings. I want to hear BFTB's rankings. I want to hear Capside's rankings. I want to hear Tone's rankings. I mean, rankings are objective. Rankings are opinionated, and it's okay to listen to them.
For sure.
I don't have any problem. But I'm saying is I want to be informative to the audience, especially at TBV, is
yeah, he don't like the fact that Core on that number 3 on that list. And none of it had nothing to do with nothing. That's why he asking them what their rankings is. Look, man, the man is the fastest 4-division champion in history. I think that's considered. And I think beating Teofimo in a position that he held, despite what people try to say, I think coming off the biggest win, it justified them moving him up in the pound-for-pound rankings, at least in my opinion. Yeah, it's opinionated. Most of the stuff we talk about outside of the cold, hard facts are opinions and opinionated. It's just what boxing is. You know what I mean? Most boxing conversations are packed full of opinions of what people think. So it's no different with this.
Doesn't even know when he's reporting on it being held in such high esteem, he doesn't even know who the guys is that's reporting. He says, well, one might be Dougie Fisher, right? Which, shout out to Dougie Fisher.
Sean is in there too.
Okay, shout out Dougie Fisher, shout out Sean.
It don't really have nothing to do with nothing. At the end of the day, you ain't got to accept their rankings. You could come up with your own. The fact of the matter is Devin is climbing up the pound-for-pound rankings as well. So it ain't like they doing him dirty. He getting his just due because they had him at 9. I think he had like 7 now. So he moving up as well.
But I'm saying is you have the same qualifications and Tone have the same qualifications to carry a vote.
Yeah, I don't get into
Facts, Jordan.
Get into pound for pound though, because it's just subjective. It's not like divisional rankings.
There you go, Nev. So listen, that has no weight, no bearing, and so
let's get down to the meat and potatoes, Bill. You obviously don't like that Shakur is at number 3. You think that that's not a legitimate ranking?
That's the opinion of Dougie Fisher and Sean Zattel.
And I want to know Bill Haney's opinion. Do you believe he belongs at number 3 for what he did?
No, I believe that Devin. I believe that Devin is number 1.
Oh shit.
He can't be number 1. Inoue is a 2-time. Inoue is a 2-time undisputed, currently active fighting champion.
Hold on, King. Listen, by the time you do it, and you do it without the machine's help, when you do it and the glory divisions, right? When you do it for the legacy that we've done, right? The guys that you're talking about anyway has been carefully matched. He's not out here. He's not out here in the streets like us. He hasn't crossed platforms. He hasn't, you know what I mean, networks. He hasn't did any of that thing. He's been old-fashioned, home cooking. He has home court advantage every time that he's fought. Has Inoue ever fought where he was the underdog, where they thought that he was going to lose?
No.
I'm just saying. No, it's just a question. I'm just asking.
No.
But I don't think shit. How many times has Devin been an underdog? Was he the underdog, you think, against Norman, maybe? Right? Wasn't he? I think, but he ain't usually no underdog either.
That's because he's a fucking knockout puncher.
Okay, but most
He don't like that number 3 ranking, y'all. He don't like that. He like, nah. I think Devin is number 1. Like he said, he can't be number 1. Like, bro, what? Like anyway, a 2-time undisputed champion, current active champion. He ain't trying here. He like, nah, Devin number 1. Yeah, you can't deny Bill love for his son. He ain't trying here shit. And it's a part of me as a father that I ain't even mad at it. He ain't trying here. He like, nah, we got the best fighter. Well, it's okay, Bill. I ain't mad at it.
Wait, okay, hold on. What weight does he knock him out in?
In the last 4 weight classes he's been in.
Okay. And what,
He beat
so the
Stephen
audience
Fulton, bro.
Okay, so the audience will understand what weight is
He
that.
wasn't an underdog to Stephen with all his qualifications.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And the big
and I say, well, what weight is that? And that's
People should absolutely rethink what they know about her.
He's trying hard to try to explain his way out of that.
so. Okay, so and I say, well, what weight is that? And that's
was 126 at that time.
okay,
right?
Okay,
Like,
now, so
122.
122.
122. 122.
Okay, well, now, listen, you got to get it together today, okay?
Yeah.
I think there's a fair shake.
That's not lack of getting it together. Like, making a mistake on 4 pounds is not a big deal. It was 122.
Okay, no, but I'm going to run
26.
No, but with the clarity that I'm going to inform you from 35 to 40 to, you know what I mean, to 47. You know what I mean? Because I'm saying this, when I'm placing my vote at number 1, I'm placing it.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
We lost them.
Hey man, no way I get packed up by Devin Haney, packed up by Shakur Stevenson, packed up by Jerron Boots Ennis. Get him out of there. Get out of there.
We lost them.
Hey man, in a way, I'll get packed up by Devin Haney, packed up by Shakur Stevenson, packed up by Jerron Boots Ennis. Get him out of there. Get out of there.
He's too accomplished, bro. He's very accomplished.
Get him.
You can't deny that man's skill and power.
Not denying it at all, but worse listen.
So the way pound for pound works, if Inoue was boot size, who would win? Who got who fucking crazy as hell? You don't know that.
Man. If Boots and Inoue was the same size, I 100% got Boots.
Boots ain't test himself the way Inoue did.
I've seen Inoue get sat on his pockets by lesser competition. Sat on his pockets multiple times.
Yeah, knockdowns happen. Trinidad got knocked down in almost every fight. What are you talking about? That doesn't diminish you.
Nobody not
that ain't diminishing you because you've been knocked down.
No, Inoue gets sat on his pockets by lesser niggas, bro. This is an old dinosaur mentality. Old niggas running that shit.
So they going for the list. They're not feeling it anyway, rankings, yo. The fact of the matter is, bro, I get it. You could complain all you want about the competition, where he having his fights at. But the facts are the facts. For those guys that are small, the smaller weight classes, he like head and shoulders above them guys. I think that alone speaks volumes. It's not just, you can't reduce his whole career and try to say, oh, well, he ain't never fight nothing or nobody. That's not the case, man. He's fighting people. It's just, when you so much better than the competition, they're going to always say you ain't fighting nobody. You know what I mean? But the reality is, he shit. Cool boys as accomplished as they come. You know what I'm saying? He definitely was a somebody. You see how he made that look, and that's no slight to Cool Boy, but Monster anyway is legit, is what I'm saying, man. I know people will argue the pound for pound, and I get it. If he was the same size as these dudes, do I got him beating some of these bigger guys? No, not in my opinion, but that's just me. It's no way to tell. So they're gonna always have that dude on the list because he be knocking everything out damn near and beating guys up, snatching up undisputeds, picking up belts. Like, he doing what he need to do for the smaller weight classes. He definitely holding it down.
Nah. That I don't give a fuck who's running the list. That man still did what the fuck he did, and he still beat them champions. You hating?
Well, when you talk about 122 pounds,
That's going. They ain't beat.
You talk about a weight that not a whole lot of men are 122 pounds. You talk about a division that's not considered a glory division, full of historically the best fighters in the world, you know, the best fighters in history. So when you talk about that 35 lightweight, you talk about the likes of the Roberto Durans, the Floyds, the list goes on. You talk about 40, 47, you talk about historically, you talk about history. And when you talk about history, let me not let it be a mystery that the number one fighter at 147 pounds, lean in on that. You know what I mean? And when you talk about someone, why we went to Crocker, we went to Rolly first, right? As real champions. First you go to Brian Norman, the baddest guy in the division. Then you go accordingly. You go to Rolly. Who beat Ryan,
Rolly said yesterday on an interview that you guys priced yourself out. You always price yourself out. Don't bring up Devin Haney, that he'll knock out Devin Haney.
Listen, remember I told you about the Latino men in the comedy and boxing. They're the most comedic. We can't pay attention to Rolly. He's a comic. He's not fighting anybody, right? To be talking about any of the shit, right?
I mean, we gotta give him some bit of credibility. He beat Ryan, and beat Ryan in a fashion where Ryan doesn't even want a rematch. He won't even mention him. He spooked him.
I mean, look, that's his keeping it a buck. I think he might have mentioned that fight, but nah, for the most part, like, I think he cool going the rest of his career, never fighting Rolly Romero again. That's what it seemed like to me. You know what I'm saying? I think in the way he is spooked, I think Rolly like caught him, shocked him, surprised him, and I don't think it's something he feel like he got to go back there and do. He's gonna try to go fight other people, but I don't think he's too interested in getting back in there with Big Rolo. Big Rolo the Dawn, man. You said Bill basically saying Mexicans turn to Puerto Ricans when it comes to smoke. Bill just be saying shit. There's the number one in the division with pretty much most of the guys in that division are probably not making all the fame. Yeah, real talk. And it's just at a time where the division ain't the strongest, man. It's just what it is. It's not. So they better try to make their bones, because I think it's opportunities there if they can get guys in the ring, get these fights. Like he was just saying, you're not entertaining Rolly because he's a comic, and Rolly saying they priced themselves out, but Rolly was talking about not fighting Devin too. So then you go from that to, he priced himself out. I don't be wanting to hear that type of stuff. Do you really want to fight him though? Because you do got a belt. So I don't know, if you Devin, man, you gotta put the pressure on one of them champions at 47, try to get him in the ring with you. You know what I'm saying? See if you can get one of them fights, or just do whatever you can in your power to make the fight.
Leads you even more understanding that being priced out of what? Can you listen? Remember, you just said that there's no price out because Turkey Al-Sheikh is paying. Turkey Al-Sheikh paid him. He shouldn't worry about a price out. He knows nothing about the business, nothing about the pay. He would never know about what the other side is paying because it's not his business. He's not in that part of the business with Turkey Al-Sheikh. So
to be clear, he's making that up.
Well, yes, he's made it up 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. He's been complete comedy, making up things. Nothing.
Bar was good with it. World boxing, my guy. What's good, family?
Can add up. And if you want to talk about Rolly, you add it up.
You do got a point though with the Turkey Al-Sheikh angle. You saying he priced himself out, but if it's Turkey Al-Sheikh involved, how are you pricing yourself out? The fact of the matter is, people be jumping the gun when they be coming to these fights. A lot of times, they don't be getting farther than a conversation. It's nowhere like, what was he asking for that he priced himself out? He should know that, right? But if you ask him, I guarantee you he's not gonna say something or he'll make some shit up. That's the thing. Fighters just be saying stuff sometimes, but you was the one being adamant about not wanting to fight him. So you went from that to saying he priced himself out. Sometimes I just hate the politics of boxing and how these guys play it and tend to answer certain questions in interviews, man. Like, they always trying to make it seem like everybody's scared of everybody, bro. That when the business is right, these fights get made, bro. I've seen it too many times, time and time again. Shout out to VAR. What's good with it, my guy?
And you tell us, how can you price yourself out when he knew never about what the other side is getting on a Turkey Al-Sheikh card? He's not in charge of the prices or can be of concern, just like he said.
But I got to do my job, bring up his interview, and let you clear the slate.
No. I mean, you want to. Okay, I don't know the interview. I mean, if I wanted some more comedy, I would turn on Comedy Central. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have Devin Haney fans, haters. They call in and
you know what he said.
You know what he said. What Rolly said, and it's like, it's good to go to you and get the truth.
Well, last thing that Rolly said after that is, we won't fight him. He's gonna sue.
No. He said, when I knock him out, he's gonna want to sue.
Okay, perfect. More comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Bill, funny with that comedy shit.
Featuring beautiful
that's
girls
even better.
spreading
More
their
comedy.
legs wide every night.
Oh wow, what's up with that?
Okay, perfect.
Commercials,
more comedy. You know what I'm saying? More comedy. But at the same time, is when Debo pulls up, either they're dancing, either they're running, or they jigging. You know what I mean? They're doing the comedy shit, man. I mean, listen, you can't take it serious. But let's get back to us wanting to make the fight happen. Him saying, did you ever hear Rolly said, I want to fight Devin?
No.
Okay. Did you hear him said that Ryan Garcia doesn't want to fight him?
That Ryan, he said that. He said,
okay. So we can only do our part and say it's safe to say, right, that Rolly doesn't want to fight Devin and not the other way around. So we did our due diligence and we stepped to the guy that beat Ryan, the guy that Ryan doesn't want to fight, so on and so forth. We then went to the next champion, Lewis Crocker, right? To give Lewis Crocker the same just due as anyone else, right?
Hold on, what? The same what? Hold on, what did he say?
Went to the next champion, Lewis Crocker, right? To give Lewis Crocker the same just due as anyone else, right?
Talk about it, Bill.
No one got super excited about it. Turkey came on. His own promoter, Eddie, wasn't willing to back the fight. And so that leads us to believe that, once again, you said that Devin is number 1 in the division. So
Bill don't know what he's saying.
When you talk about Ryan and you talk about those things that drive the analytics, you're not able to do them both at the same time and say what makes him be the man or what makes him be the guy. You're seeing a little bit of YouTube shit that probably will last another 48 hours, at top 72 hours, because he's just not moving the needle. He doesn't move the needle. I think that a lot of
Ryan
money is put into social media post fight. But once again, I say Ness is where Where's everybody at? To dictate and say that you're in the driver's seat. What makes you in the driver's seat when you beat a guy that if Devin had fought him coming up to 140, he would have been considered cherry picking?
Bill be all over the place. Shout out to Bill. Politics of boxing like Ryan. A-side Devin again is nasty. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it's going to be in this situation, but that's because Ryan can sell more tickets. So I think that, especially had that big fight with Tank. So I could see why they give him the split, especially after the way the fight looked. Hold on. Somebody mentioned something about Hitchens. I seen something with Hitchens. It was a post I seen. What's her name? My guy Dub had sent it. Oh yeah, what was it? Lindolfo. What's his name? Lindolfo Delgado. Yeah, Lindolfo Delgado invokes his right legally with the IBF as the #1 mandatory for champion Hitchens. The undefeated Olympian will have his first world title fight and what will be pure action wherever it lands. So they saying Lindolfo Delgado, invokes his right legally as the IBF #1 mandatory to fight Hitchens. So maybe that's a fight we'll get to see. And he said he did get clipped in the MJ fight late. I think whenever you that dominant, that shit could happen like that. You know what I mean? You going, when you offensive minded like that too. They got a free win his last two fights. Yeah, man, his last two tape been rough, and I think he been given like wins that he didn't get that are all moving up. Yeah, before you get stuck fighting these bunch of these mandatory situations, right? I think he could have had bigger and better fights, man. It's tough, man. See what Hitchens going to do next. But I'm going to play a little bit more of this. Hit the like button, y'all. We're going to play a little bit more of this.
But
from Trail Billion.
I don't understand it. I think that you're hungry today, Ness.
No, I think that you don't understand that there's always going to be a double standard in boxing. There's always going to be a Latino narrative that's kicked that you guys support, or you guys support your fighters, right? It thinks that Ryan Garcia is being supported by Mexico, but he's not. He's a Mexican-American fighter that he's never gotten or sold a big gate. He's never did anything outside of when he fights other black fighters, right? Tank Davis, Devin Haney. Yeah, but that's
he never did anything else. Huh?
That's the green print. You're supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So that's why I say to you, even more so, if he ducks the fight and is not being held to the same standard that Devin is held to, it's bias, and I mean it's the same old bias that's been going on. And it's not. I don't think
I'm telling you. You think that it will be looked at as a duck, and I wish it would, but they won't look at it as a duck.
No.
And they being the media, they being the fans, Ryan gets to choose what he wants to do.
No, Ness, our voice is getting a lot louder.
I hope you're right. I hope they hold his feet to the fire, but
yes,
he seems to have a lot of options.
Our voice is louder than what's being led to believe. I mean, and you can only see it by the support. Now, I think that online, based on
you can't tell me he don't be talking in circles. You just can't tell me. You just cannot tell me. You just be all over the place. Shout out to him and bless him, man. He do his job. But, man, he could take you for a hell of a ride with certain conversations. And I think it's because you just, I don't know, you ain't gotta sell shit right now. Like, you be over I don't know, overselling, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but he'll talk you in a hell of a circle, man. Oh, he a funny dude. He cool. He gonna try to answer the tough questions. He tries to. You know what I'm saying? I definitely give him credit for it. You know, and I think he means well. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
That's a lot of chatter, man. But I'm saying that it didn't transcend for all the chatter. It just didn't transcend on fight night.
I don't know. I thought it was a big fight, like fight night. It was packed.
That's confused.
It's getting big fight, post-fight reaction. People still talking about it. You know, it's Tuesday, 4 days
definitely
later.
rock with Bill. I think he's a good dude, man.
Why are the apps that charge for every method?
He's a good dude, man. He means well, but he funny. He is the master of answering nothing. I swear, it kind of makes one of Devin and Bill face to face. Yeah. Keisha on Monday. You seen where Bill was at. The Haney boys. Yeah.
Tuesday, 4 days
Right.
later. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they talking about Brian. I mean, you know, the performance after Brian Norman. They talked about Shakur and Teofimo. They're talking about him, just like you're saying. But
I'm not getting this angle, Bill. It's either Devin and Ryan is the biggest fight in boxing, or Ryan isn't a star, because you can't have it both ways. You're trying to say
I said
he isn't as popular as we think. No. You're saying he isn't as popular as we think. You're also saying that the numbers aren't there, and we stopped searching for him, and we letting him get that all. And he's not as popular. And even though he has options, he has to fight Devin. Like, I mean,
no. Listen. What I'm telling you,
he is listening. That's the thing. See, and he's be very fair, very lenient, very patient with you. But he's telling you basically what you're saying. It sounds crazy. You killing the fight. Your son is saying it's the biggest fight, but you asking about gate numbers and saying his numbers don't do this unless he fight black fighters, and your points are irrelevant. That's what just saying. He's trying to understand where you even coming from with that. Like, why are you focusing on that? Together, y'all gonna do numbers. So that shit is irrelevant. And you've known when you give him a good dance partner, as you've seen with Tank, it could do some numbers, right? Not saying y'all gonna do them numbers, but y'all got controversy. Y'all got a really good chance of doing much better than you did the first time around. That's all that matters. It'll be a successful turnout, I believe. You know what I mean? Just too much history there, bro. It really is.
No, he's not as popular as we trying to make it out based on what the last fight did and said about him, right? That's what I'm saying is now.
But what fight said it?
The same thing, though.
It did. Which one? The Barrios?
Well, you tell me the one that it did. You tell me the one that
wasn't a success. Barrios?
Is it any more successful than
Devin and Ryan?
How successful was it? I mean, I'm going to say it's successful because
to our eyes, it looked like a sold-out arena.
It did look like that.
And again, based off performances, the cards, everything, people enjoyed it.
I would think that if you have your first world championship, right? I would think, and if you do your homework on it, right? If you have your first world championship, then you shouldn't be.
Yeah, and he giving him. He's not even trying to do that. He's just going off strictly what he's saying. That's how I told you. I play these things for a reason, so y'all can hear this stuff in real time. And he's on a platform that heavily supports them. Like I say, he give him a lot of grace. He's very lenient with him, and he give him a lot of breathing room to try to explain himself or not. But when you gotta be transparent with your audience, you're not gonna just sit there and be fake, right? You're gonna tell them when what he's saying don't really make sense. So that's why I say you shouldn't even be painting the narrative that Ryan is not as popular as somebody trying to make it, because all truthfulness is letting you off the hook because you're putting words on his mouth. He never even tried to sell Ryan as some big ass stars. That's why I say when you start on your little your damn. Oh, shout out to Shower. She called it the bird walks. Like when you go on your damn nature walks, bro, like you have a tendency to be all over the place. And then you end up saying something to him and responding in like he said something that he didn't say. He never tried to make it seem like Ryan was some big star, but he letting you know So obviously that's a big fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro. Side of hand in your face. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, he better do the matchmaking. I think he really good at that. But this stuff, you be getting trapped up, and then his fans will get online and try to say, well, nah, but what he really meant was, the wildest thing was when I played that little clip with Bill explaining what he explaining about him and Core, and people try to over-explain that. I'm like, y'all really just gullible. Y'all just don't want to accept the fact that sometimes he be catching himself out there, he be putting his foot in his mouth a little bit. And it's all good, ain't the end of the world, but you got to be able to call that out. You see what Ness is doing. Like, he not even trying to be objective. He just letting him speak his piece, but shit almost ain't making sense. You damn near killing the fight that your son just said is the biggest fight in boxing. Which one is it? You trying to say you're not popular? Is it a big fight or is it not a big fight? So I'm saying I think it's a big fight. And I think it's one that y'all can and will win if you take it. And I hope y'all get it.
And be giving away any tickets.
Oh, but tickets happens all the time. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why we breaking Ryan, but why we breaking Ryan down to make him smaller?
You understand him fully because you want to. That's just you choose to look at it that way. You're hearing Ness, a guy that supports him. It's not saying we don't understand what he's saying, but what he's saying is not making sense. He's not talking logical right now. Why would you be? Who said anything about Ryan even being a star? Like, he started that up on his own. Like, he's moving the goalposts on his own. Like, he letting them lead the conversation and he taking them everywhere. Like, you could clearly hear him doing this. So you could sit here and make it seem like what he's saying make perfect sense, but it really don't. He really like killing the fight, talking about he's not a big star. What his gate did? Like, he all over the place. What is he talking about? He literally just brought up 135 a few minutes back. Like, seriously, like, he be all over the place. Hargreaves was good with it. And that's why Ness is like, it's not that he putting up resistance, but he got to make it make sense for the people that's listening. Like, bro, what are you talking about right now? That's why he even having anything to say back to him.
When he is, when we need him to be big to make our fight big, it doesn't make sense.
See? Bro, I'm not crazy. Like, you could try to make it seem like what he's saying makes perfect sense, but it fucking don't. It really don't. That shit do not make perfect sense. He be all over the place. I swear, if you go back and listen to this all again, he talks like he be everywhere. He be like, bro, what? He didn't even ask you that. I've seen this time and time. I've been watching this shit for years, bro. So this dude clearly don't know what he's talking about. He's saying everything last fight.
I would think that if you have your first world championship, right?
That's funny.
I would think, and if you do your homework on it, right? If you have your first world championship.
Now he out here talking about if you had your first world championship. Like, all right. Tell me they was just talking about this. He changing, like, he everywhere. I'm not slow, man. I can hear clearly this dude be everywhere.
Everything, people enjoyed it.
I would think that if you have your first world championship, right? I would think, and if you do your homework on it, right? If you have your first world championship, then you shouldn't be giving away any tickets.
Bro, but tickets happens all the time. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why we breaking Ryan. But why are we breaking Ryan down to make him smaller than what he is when we need him to be big to make our fight big? It doesn't make sense.
No, because what I'm saying is the talking points that you're using to make him big, right? To say that he has options.
Okay, so where's the proof of thousands of comp tickets?
Ness trying to let him make it, man. Shout out to him, bro.
Do your homework. That's what you're supposed to. You're supposed to do your homework.
All right, Bill.
See?
That's fireball.
That's a bonus round, Marty. You know that. I'm not a crazy guy, bro. He letting him make it, but he like, bro, that shit ain't making sense though, G. Like, man, this shit is hilarious, bro. Bill is a funny dude, man. And this is hilarious, bro. Hold on. Let me go play a little. Hold on. Let me see what my guy sent me real quick. Hit that like button, y'all. I just like to let him do his own, do his own thing, man. Shakur said people making up rumors of me signing the who? Yeah. Zuffa. There you go. Shot that right there. That's why I ain't report on it. Zuffa boxing. Hey, Corey ain't going. He's like, nah, I ain't signed up to no damn Zuffa. 15 million. People make it sound good because it's a lot of money. And then it'll be people that's online arguing and dissing him for something that he ain't even do. The internet is a strange place. Boxing world is a strange place. So it takes talking points to get that versus Ryan. Bill Tripper. Yeah. I don't know what that's why I said, and that's the saying. I don't know what he's saying that's making sense. Why are you even talking about comp tickets? You just randomly bringing up stuff that holds Ryan in a negative light. Why are you doing that? You killing the fight, but your son just said it's the biggest fight in boxing. So you got to make it make sense, because what you're up here saying on this podcast is very contradictory to what your son said in this tweet. That's all. Simple.
Now, so let me get back. No. I want to continue to chop it up first. Okay, so when I say that, it diminishes.
I'm gonna let it go for a couple more minutes. I just want y'all to hear it.
Diminishes
talk about this fight
with the fact of what Devin has done by saying that Ryan has other options.
I mean, they're in your face, though, Bill. You acting like I'm making it up. They in your face. You didn't have Devin ringside commentating. You had Shakur ringside commentating. You didn't have Devin get in the ring. It was Shakur that was there. There was videos of him, Ryan and Shakur meeting up, everything.
So when his dad just came out and said that the biggest fight for his son is 147 pounds, then what?
Said it this morning. Henry said that it's still the biggest fight and that his son ain't going to go to 144.
Right.
But that doesn't have options.
So let's get back to it being the biggest fight. I'm comfortable with it being the biggest fight, right? Being the ultimate grudge match that it is, because when you fought to become a world champion and you put the emphasis on him becoming a world champion, then the only other thing that what's on Devin's back is to unify with the best fighter in the division, or to step up and fight the best fighter in the division. That was what was on our back. It wasn't on our back that we could go up and fight Mario Barrios. It would have been considered a cherry pick. So I see the Ryan Garcia distractors. I see the Ryan Garcia haters and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? And I understand.
I mean, it was calling him a weak champion with Ryan fighting him too. So I don't know. I just think that stuff is irrelevant. At the end of the day, you need these fights to solidify yourself further. Like what Devin want to be in his big fights, meaningful fights. This just happened to be one of the biggest fights, the biggest fight, I think, for him, right in the same weight class with him. I think not making it, it'll be a missed opportunity, I think, for both guys and for boxing. Ryan, you need to clear your name and prove that you can beat him on a fair, even playing field. And Devin, you want to just get your lick back for all the shit that you had to endure dealing with this dude. So the writing is on the wall, and I hope they do strike while the iron is hot. Hopefully they don't go in another direction and end up making worse fights than the one that they make, because I don't think it's no bigger fight for them to try to go make immediately outside of each other. And like I said, that Shakur fight is very tentative for me. I don't really, you know what I mean? Bill better get Bill out here, because he got to make it make sense. Yo, you damn near sound like you're trying to kill the fight, and that's what Ness is saying. Like I can understand that what you're putting out, but it doesn't make sense for this conversation. Like, do you want the fight or not? Like, is it a big fight or is it not? That's what Ness asking, because basically all your talk, he's saying Ness got these talking points, but I haven't heard him sit up there and try to make any case for Ryan being this big ass star. He's only said what it was. It looked like they had a pretty much sold out event, you know, with him and Barrios this past Saturday. That's just what it is. So the dude can draw some takers, obviously, and you shouldn't be creating a dialogue that holds him in a negative light, makes the fight not look like what it is. You put them two together, what Ryan's able to do, and what, you know, the fact that they got history, put them in the ring, and I think they'll make it happen.
Understand what you're doing.
People going to tune in
terms of bringing them all in, bring them all over here today.
So
bring
any
them all over
response
here
from
today.
Luka? It's been 4 days since the fight.
It's going to happen. Listen, if you listen, you guys keep pushing it and don't give him no way out, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Trust me. And you're going to see when the callers call today.
Connecticut.
Well, shout out to Bill. I could stop it right there, man. It was a cool conversation, but there's a lot of that, that back and forths, as they like to call it, that he was doing. That back and forths, you did. It's funny that a lot of back and forths that he was doing. You feel me? But he'd be all right, man. 40 mil bill would be all right. I think, like I said, I think you hear a lot of those answers go the way in the fashion that they go, simply because it's early and guys don't be knowing fully what move they make. I said this earlier, so you can hear it yourself, or come to your own conclusion. But fights are out there. Nobody has sorted through what's the actual next move. That's why it's a bunch of, well, we can do this and we can do that. 24 hours, we should have an update. I like that. So, it is what it is. Hopefully they do get an update and we can see exactly what direction these guys gonna head in. I want to see what the next fight is for everybody. I ain't rushing because I know guys just got out the ring, but I'm ready to hear, what the next fight could be potentially for all of these dudes. So, like I said before, they all have options that they didn't have before their last fight, I think. And that's the beautiful thing about boxing, is multiple avenues for either guy to travel. It's just a matter of what they plans are, what direction they're intending on going. So, this is a fight that I hope they get people. But again, it's the biggest fight in boxing. Go make it, bro. Go get that fight, G. Go get that fight, man. And again, y'all, let's see if Floyd and Manny end up in the ring. Both of them is Pop Manny, Pop Floyd. Let's see what they're able to do, man. If they're able to go out there and make it worth our while. Virgil say what? What's that? Say you said the terms and get their just due. Delegate. If they did fold, they the ones that dodge. I don't need Devin. Virgil just said he want to fight him, and Josh Kelly. Virgil said he want to fight Ryan. Now, at this point though, it's not really about need. It's about what makes sense, and I it's tough for me to not see that fight makes a lot of sense for them. Like, I think it's clear as day that fight makes sense for them to make. It really do. It's at this point, it's like, why wouldn't you make that fight at this point? You get me? What's your better option? I just don't feel like it's too many of them for him. Not better than that one. So maybe we'll see though, but I doubt it. But shout out to everybody in the building, man. I'm going to cut out a little early. I appreciate everybody rocking out. It's always a good conversation, good build. Let's see what Tank come back with. Like I said, y'all, I had some whispers. Heard his pit bull after hearing the clip from Calvin. I would think it's in that direction too. I'll leave it there as far as my guesses. That's my strongest guess. And I ain't tripping on it, man. I just want to see fights. When they make good fights, I'll watch them, support them, and we just going to keep building, man. Like I said, Devin and Ryan need to fight each other for some of the same reasons and maybe some different reasons, right? There's some questions that need to be answered. There's some unfinished business there. And I know Devin would like to leave on a high note. I know he would like to win or close that chapter, should I say, on a high note. You know what I'm saying? And beat Ryan cheating ass and take his belt, be unified. And then from there, you can't get nobody else in the ring that's worth your while. 47. Your dad said it's 54. You said it's 54. Go up there. Let's see if Shakur stay at 40, go back down to 35. I'm with all of it. I just want to see good fights. You know what I mean? Gary Antoine Russell fought Andy Hiroka. He named his hit list. I'm with seeing any of those fights. Richardson Hitchens. I doubt if he vacate, unless he just move up, he could be facing Lindolfo Delgado. So it's still good fights that's coming up. It's even more good fights to be made. Let's see what happens, man. I'm here for it. And I just want to see who gonna start separating themselves from the pack in all of these divisions. Definitely from lightweight 40 to 47 to 50. I want to see all of them divisions. And 60, it's disappointing how 60 fell off, man. 60 used to be a really good division. It's not no more, but hopefully they could bring the beat back, you know, hopefully. And then you got Conor Ben in the mix with the Zuffa deal, and he's talking about telling Ryan to keep his belt warm for him. So I don't know, maybe he's in position to get the title, but I know if Eddie Hearn can help it, he gonna make sure his man get a belt. Shout out to Chris, but shout out to everybody. Appreciate the love. Shout out to everybody for coming through. Hit the like button, double tap the screen on the way out. Tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. We're gonna build some more. As always, we got a lot more we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna get to it. You know, they letting Johnny Beck slide. The worst recover. Yeah. The worst. Yeah, 160 need to recover in a huge way, Shower, for real. Yeah, I think they just stripped him. I think it was the WBO. I just stripped his ass, but it's crazy, man. These PDs be ruining these dudes' reps and careers, man. You know what I'm saying? And then they always with the same story. Oh, well, I'm a clean athlete. I don't cheat. Yeah, okay. Y'all all say that same shit. But again, much love to everybody. Peace to the Queen. Shout out to Chris, Reef, my dog, man. Everybody else in the building. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Peace to the
Representing Brick City, finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meets him with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Due.